Oh my gosh, I'm here. Hello everyone. I made it in time. I'll say in time. I'm a minute late. But late. Oh no. No, never mind. I fixed it. I fixed it. It was an issue, but I fixed it. Pandagraph. Hello Douglas. I just want to say thank you for the streams. Thank you. Favorite streamer. Lies. I am no one's. I'm joking. Thank you. Hard to believe though. Oh my god. Thank you, Douglas. And welcome to a stream, yeah. Oh, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I am putting gloves on. Yeah, I'm putting Handcam gloves on. Oh my gosh, I got stuff to show. I've been running late today. I found a game called Dungeon Crawler, and it's pretty great. And I was trying it out, testing it and stuff. I also have been making my schedule. And, well, I accidentally beat Dungeon Crawler for when I was testing it out. Like, oh, well, that was a bit easier and quicker than expected, but it was still actually like 20 minutes had passed. I was like, oh, hello, Talan. Oh my gosh, are we winning? We're winning. No, we're not. I am barely. I was slightly late. Oh my gosh, I got my food late, which means I had to eat it in a bit of a rush. And I had to rush get and everything, which is why we still got Marine here. That's why she's still under chalkboard. But look at the hand cam. Blah. You know, I should probably, that light, I can actually fix that light. Just give me a moment. I've got a fix for it. I think, where is it? Where's my white tack? It's here. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. It's probably not going to stick to anything. Is it this thing? Is it this one? It was. Yeah, it was this one. Okay, if I take this thing, get flashbang, y'all. Did you see Iron Mouse won Best VTuber Award? Well, I'm not surprised. But no, I hadn't. I'd heard something about her singing at the Streamer Awards. But, you know... Well, go and see them. Never! I mean, I'm not really interested in all those award shows. I watched the VTuber Awards last year, but that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I got rid of the sheen. There we go. Yeah, I just white tack, not blue tack, it's white tack. Forgot. Some paper, so it's blocking one of the lights. So when I do this, look, there's no reflection. Okay, there's reflection here. And if I turn this light off, it might help, but it might make it a bit too dark. Actually, no, that's a different light somewhere else. So never mind. I'm not blocking off that light too. We're just gonna have to deal with it. But look, for some reason, I never knew I needed end the stream and see it. Never. Use like no, never. You mean? Oh my gosh! Look, it's a folder. It's a look. It's a proper, you know. I was surprised. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I getting a box? Why do I have a big box being delivered to me? I found this was in it because it's part of the Combat Patrol magazine. It's like Combat Patrol. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got a folder. Who knew I needed an official Warhammer folder for all of my official Warhammer documents? And look at it. Look, you got all these. You got other things in it. You got a little gaunt, a little Space Marine Primaris, a little Warlock, a little Chaos Marine, a little Orc. He's a bit unlucky. The Iron Queen. And then let's look. But it's got done dirty by this. I'm guessing an Inquisitor or something. I don't know. Maybe that's a League of Photon guy. Maybe. Guardsman. Another Chaosy dude. And the other Chaos Marine must have been yeah, it's a World Eater. Yeah, that guy's a World Eater. That guy's another Chaos Marine. Just, you know, undivided. And then you got Gene Stealer Man, Kara Skin or whatever. Don't care about iron rods. Look at the photo. Yeah, it's a Warhammer binder. Look. The Termagon always looks so happy in that picture. Like, yeah, I mean, it does look happy. Oh, there's a bunch of Termagons. Okay, maybe Tim and his didn't get done dirty. Everyone else got one person. They got 3 little Termagons. And a bit of rubble. Yick. And it's in the shape of a thief of victory. Yick. Oh, gosh. Oh, look, we got build, paint. I don't know what all these are for. Maybe it's because each of them are like different things. Play. Oh, we got little separators for a binder. Oh wait, they're all bound together. Why are they better bound together than the actual magazine pages? I do care about Iron Mouse. It's just, you know. Oh, look, there's the Termagon. In colour. Oh. Oh, and it's an orc on the side. The orc's on the side. There he is. Oh, rah, 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 rah. I have to be careful if it isn't going to reflect my face in it or something. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm happy for Iron Mouse actually won the awards, but you know, I didn't really care too much about the awards, so I'm not really focused on that. I've got too much Warhammer stuff going on. Even though we got a new Warhammer DLC coming out to land. She's so bad at faking she cares. What do you mean I'm so bad at... That's me trying to be sincere. Otherwise, I was fake about, oh my gosh, Iron Mouse won for awards. Oh my god, I love it. Oh yeah. But when I actually care about something, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what happened? That's fun. That's nice. It's like the Warhammer DLC next week. It's going to have Boris Todfinger in it, which I'm very happy about, you know? And also Gorbad Ironclaw. I love that dude. Don't you love Gorbad Ironclaw? Don't you love him? What did you do? Break it like I'm gonna break. No, I'm not gonna break it. I don't like Boris. That stuff. No! No, it's going to. Oh, sort of dropped dice or something. Where did we go? Dice, come back here. Oh, how did you roll all the way down back there? Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Ugh. Ugh. Blood for the blood god, never! Blood for the blood emperor. Dice. You want to see something I got? I told you I got some new dice, right? I got some new dice because they're cool. Yeah, I got these new dice. But they are. They're cool. They come in a little box. And there's only 20 of them in this little box. And there's a lot of gaps. And it's actually really annoying to get them in and out. Whereas compare them to the old one they used to have. 1, the box was itself a big dice. 2, for 27 dice in here. And one of them was a scatter dice and one of them was an artillery dice, which was amazing. Like, these are the old dice. We compare them. Okay, now these ones are cool because they got a little skull on them. In terms of quality though, I feel like these ones feel a bit cheaper. These new ones. I think they're cheap dice anyway, so. But yeah, these ones in this box, they fit nice and perfectly because it's got proper corners so you can just slot them in. Or you can do what I like to do and just throw them all in there and then shake it all up. See, but look how nice and neatly they go in. It fits perfectly. Skulls of it. No, skulls for the Skull Emperor. Milk for the cornflakes. No, milk for the Milk Emperor. See, look how nice and neatly they go in here. Perfect. It fits so perfectly. I've already closed it and it rattles a little bit. But not a great deal, you know? The square goes in the triangle hole. Yeah! But then you got this one, and it's like, it's all rounded at the edge, so it doesn't go and fit nice and snugly in it. Instead, it's all... And it's really noisy trying to put them away. And it can't... It's like, ugh. And try and get them in. It's all messy. I've been sliding all over the place because it's a very clear, shiny plastic. And then the lid's not attached, so you can't just do this. You have to try clipping it on. And then you got this annoying paper thing in the way. It's like you need to cut out, you need to get a knife, and you need to go, ugh, 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 ugh. And then it gets stuck there. It's like, oh my gosh, why are you getting stuck now? And so you clip it on anyway over the thing, and then it doesn't stay on properly because the paper's over it and it just slides through. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this dice stub. The dice are cool though. They got little scores of a one should be. Wait, can't bonk you. You can't bonk me. Don't bonk me. Oh no, my camera. Everything's moving. Everything's moving. Geek Son, today is a sad day. Why is today a sad day? Haven't you heard I almost won the awards? I hope you're okay, Geek Son. Lost membership status. No! Well, hopefully next time you can get the free memberships. But if we compare this to the other dice, now these dice are a lot more expensive. Same type of plastic though. But these dice are so cool. Look how big these dice are. But these ones, and these are also by Games Workshop. The special icon replaces the 6. So you roll them and you see the icons. You're like, oh, that's the 6. Okay. You roll them and see the icons and like, oh, that's the 6. That means I rolled a 6. But with these dice, you roll them and you see the icon. And you're like, oh, I got a 6. Oh, wait a minute. There's a 6 here. Oh, it's a 1. Welcome to Undo a Cupcake Mage. Oh my gosh, he's rubbing his membership money into Geek Son's face. But welcome to Cupcake Mage to land. Oh, wait a minute, Matt. Everything's a bit quiet. My desktop audio's quiet, so I can boost it back to normal after Hollow Cure yesterday. What? He was already... No, he doesn't auto-renew it. You can tell if someone's a member by if they have a little cupcake next to the name. Oh wait, I can move this. I'm gonna move this over here. Move this over to there. I don't have top chat on. Oh my gosh. Live chat on, sorry. Move this over to here. So I'm just readjusting a few things. Then I'm gonna pop out this chat here.
Bing bang boom.
Bing bang boom. I want you in my room. The square goes in the... No, it doesn't. The square goes in the triangle hole. The triangle goes in the square hole. The circle goes in the square hole. The rectangle goes in the square hole. The triangle goes in the square hole. The square goes in the triangle hole. Yay! But yeah, I don't like how the fact that sometimes on the dice change which one of the numbers is the icon. So it's like, this one's 6, this one's 1. I mean, it makes sense that the icon would be 1, and that's what I always thought it should be. But on a lot of the dice they do, it's always 6. How many dice did I get in this? This came with 20 dice, 20 tiny dice. They're the same size as the other dice we've had. Yeah. These ones feel like they're cheaper quality. The dimples on from whatever you carve them are definitely a lot more hollow. Definitely deeper. Bonking will continue until state recognition improves. Back to the symbol being on the number 3, I guess so. Oh yeah, this one also comes with an artillery dice and a scatter dice. The scatter has little arrows on, a little hit marker. And this one has little random numbers on, and the... Where is it? The bing bang boom! The exclamation mark, that means you exploded. And it also comes with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 other dice. The issue with these big dice though is that A lot of the time in Warhammer games, you're rolling a lot of dice, and these dice are very big. These are good for Lord of the Rings games. You don't roll as much dice in Lord of the Rings. Oh, but look, 4 6s, 5 6s. Oh my gosh, look at all the hammers. Look at all the hammers. Well, these dice. I've also got the red ones. Ugh. Darn paper, get out my way. See, this one also has a paper at the side. Then you have to cut it. You have to cut it. Cut it. And you're like, ugh. Go away. There you go. Random numbers, and it's even numbers. It's only even numbers. Oh my gosh! An exclamation mark. I want all my dice to be made of the heaviest metal. Tungsten! Lead. I am fighting your opponent and the table. Look, red dice. Oh, look, just a bunch of sixes. Oh, a bunch of ones. Okay, the skull is rather fitting for rolling ones, mind you. Also, these dice aren't quite as good to just, you know, do this and just put them all away like that. But some they always end up like that, and you're like, oh, get in. Sometimes they do. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Oh, also, I got 3 new colours. I got Night Lord Blue, which I bought for when we're painting the Night Lords in the future. I bought, and these 2 colours, I've heard, are very good for doing power sword colours and like plasma colours and stuff. So yeah. Tungsten. In Titanicus, tungsten dice. Tungsten cubes. In Titanicus, most of you're going to roll is 12, so big and fine. That's on the twin Gatling blasters and the Warlord's back. In Warhammer, not Warhammer, in Lord of the Rings, you'd usually only be rolling 5 or 6 dice at a time. Because every single character in Lord of the Rings, every single model is effectively its own unit. And you might only have like 6 models in your entire force. Or if you're playing goblins, you might have like 20 or 30 of them. But even then, it's like each time it's like, okay, my model, I'm getting 3 attacks with my character. And then I'm getting 2 with supporting ones, and this guy gets 2 attacks at the side. It's like, okay, my highest roll was a 5, and it's with my character who has the highest fight value. And then your opponent's like, okay, I've got a lower fight value, so I need to roll a natural 6. And then they're like, oh, I didn't, so you win the fight. It's like, okay, I get 3 attacks at strength 5, so these need 5s to wound. Okay, that means I killed 2 of your guys. Then my 2 supporting attacks, my other guy needs 6s to wound. And that's 2 more. Oh my gosh, I somehow wiped you all out. Lord of the Rings, you generally need a lot of really high dice rolls in the game. Like, if you're rolling less than a 4 to do something, then usually it means you've got a very powerful character versus a very weak one. Of a gobbo horde. Did you get 3 shades of blue just to spite you? Oh, yeah, no, not just to spite you. It's just Night Lords are blue, and Power and Plasma are blue, but also with a little darky shade, you know? What is she talking? I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, you don't need many dice. In Warhammer, you do. It's like, okay, so what I'm going to do is my Stern God are going to attack. We get 2 shots each, and also we got rapid fire on, and there's 3 of us, so I need 30 dice right here. Oh, you're going to go, okay, this squad's about to fire. There's 20 people in the squad. They've got rapid fire on. I've just given them an order. So they'll be getting 4 attacks each. So I need 80 dice, please. That's what happens with, you know, Warhammer. With... Yeah. What's it called? Old World Warhammer can still have a lot of dice because I believe one of the weapons, you roll like 3 artillery. You roll artillery dice and just keep rolling, and that's how many attacks you get. And you can roll as many times as you want as long as you don't get a misfire. Tyrannofax is 40 KB shots back of the day. How you miss your beloved. There's still stuff with that amount of shots. Have you seen repulsors and stuff? So yeah, Hellblaster gets 6 attacks. And he can roll again. Okay, now it can't get any attacks and I have to roll on a damage chart. You can just keep like rolling artillery dice. Or something. Is it the Hellblaster that does that? I think it's a Hellblaster volley gun. Yeah. I'm putting all my dice away. I've got so many dice. D&D players thinking
The
they've got
troll
too
won't
many
let
dice.
me cross the bridge without paying a toll. I roll for 5 charisma.
The troll won't let me. I roll for 5 charisma. Okay, I don't have a D20 here. But you know, what we'll say is... You roll this dice. It's a 6. You pass! You're convinced the troll that you can pass without paying a toll. What does HB shot stand for again? Hive bar? Hero bar? I don't know. Flesh borer. Oh, is that a little ruler? I think we got a little ruler in the thing. Okay, this is Combat Patrol number 7. I've also got 8, 9, and 10 to look at. Heavy bolter. Wait, how did a Tyrannovex get heavy bolter shots? Oh, same stats. Heavy bolters are actually good now. Ooh, I got a ruler. Oh, it's a floppy ruler. Look at my floppy ruler. Floppy, floppy, floppy. You can barely see it. Camo for perfect camouflage. Oh. It's a ruler. How big is my hand? Okay, 1 goes here at the bottom of my hand. And then my hand is... Oh, my finger goes right there. 8 inches in size. Big hand. How big is 8 inches to centimeters? That's... Wait a minute. So, no. It's just over 8 inches in size. Yeah. 20.3. Actually, a minute. Oh, my, it moved last time. So, okay, it's a bit more over it. No, same place, never mind. It's fine. 20.3 centimeters. I guess so. But isn't it like 2.5 per? So, yeah. Yeah, that's like just over 20 centimeters. Okay, so we got a cool little ruler. This is nice. I like the fact it's transparent. It helps you see stuff properly. Although it's being flexible, it is a bit... You've got to mess, yeah. I'm going to have to definitely try keeping it straight and holding it out like on either side so it doesn't just flop. Okay, what else comes in this magazine? We've got Combat Patrol. It comes with 10 Whipper Swarms. It comes with not 10 Whipper Swarms. 10 Termagants and a Whipper Swarm. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it 10 part 1 of 2? Wait, it doesn't come with 10 Termagants. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It comes with 6 Termagants. 6 Termagants. It doesn't come with any bases either. And it costs $9.99 if you buy this separately. But I didn't. I got mine pre-ordered. And it, look at this stuff coming in the next thing. So this you need to get the second magazine to get the bases and everything. But thankfully we have it. Here's the second magazine, number 8. Oh, this is like the picture from the old Tyranid Codex, like 4th edition or something. Oh yeah. Wait, is that Apothecary in Graphisarm? I think it is. Ooh.
Flashbang, my eyes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for flashbang. I have to turn my lights off. What's the way to stop this flashbanging? There you go. When will they print these in black? Well, if they do, they print them in black and in white. That's this fun thing. It means sometimes I have to turn the lights off. Sometimes I have to turn them on. The angels of death. With the destruction of our enemies, we earn our salvation. Look, he's a graphics armor boy. We got boys like... Oh, no, this is the one with a jetpack on. Oh, yeah, these are graphics armors with jetpacks. They float about, even though they weigh like 2 tons each. night mode in my dark mode instructions manual, please. Interceptor Servia descend like avenging angels from high orbit in a storm of bolter fire. Yeah. Or plasma fire. The Imperium is fast, and the Space Marines, elite as they are, cannot be everywhere at once. However, the legend of the Space Marines is found everywhere in the Imperium. Factory workers trudge to their shift behind vast statues of great Space Marine heroes. One of the front lines, soldiers pray that the Space Marines will join them in battle. Well, you better hope it was a friendly Space Marine. Oh my gosh. I think the Space Marines kill more allies or result in more allied deaths than any other faction. Except maybe the Inquisitors. When the Space Marines do appear, Imperial citizens are awestruck. They treat every Space Marine as godlike being, picking up spent bolter casings as holy relics, and fighting even harder when the Adeptus Astartes are close. It's tactical. It's tactical. You see, look at this thing. This is hard to see unless I turn my lights on. What's that? It's a red mess. Oh no, it's not a red mesh, it's a bunch of tyranids. Oh look, there's a little skull in the middle. A little skull and there's like burning lava falling. What is that? The hive mind. Is that meant to be a depiction of a hive mind? Well, here you go. Here's a bunch of stuff. Lightning strikes. Yeah, this has always been Space Marines in lore. Oh my gosh, the lights. This has always been what Space Marines are meant to be like in lore, but only until recently, for Primaris effectively, have Space Marines actually been like this. Actually, once they got drop pods, they did become a bit more lightning strike-like. It's not collateral damage, it's a noble sacrifice. Nobel sacrifice! Have they ever seen these guys? Yay! Okay. Uh-oh, I'm back. It's back. We're back. We are back. There we go. No, my internet just suddenly dropped off. It's fine. Yeah, I've seen some terrible Space Marine cosplays in real life. I've seen some amazing ones. I've seen some ridiculous ones that must have cost like as much to make as it would do just to make real life power armor. Space Marines purge for perilous Eldari with bolt and flame. Where's the flame for? Oh, there's a flame for. These are Stern God. I love Stern God. My beloved. My beloved. Get squished. Eye of Terror. He's dreaming of the eye of a tornado. No, I'm not. Look. It's Wraithbone colours. This is what we got last time. The Space Marines are few in number, but the impact of their attacks is massive. Their drop pods and orbital attack craft deliver squads of warriors into the heart of beleaguered war zones. One set of the Space Marines launch brutal decapitation strikes that leave the entire enemy force reeling and unable to respond. Warriors of the Imperium stand shoulder to shoulder against all foes. I tell you, I'm not a chaos entity. Oh, combined arms. Oh, look, Sisters of Battle. Inquisitor person. Tech priest person. A really malnourished guardsman. He's so malnourished. What the hell? Someone give him a biscuit. Give him some corpse starch. That. Elder God Uzak, hello. I am just as planned.
You may not be, but I am. Just as planned.
Oh gosh. No, you're not a chaos god. Look. Look. He is nourished enough, don't worry. He's nourished enough to die in the field of battle. While they are mighty, Space Marines are strongest when working in concert. In concert! Oh my gosh, a Space Marine concert! When's the next Space Marine concert? Could you imagine? Oh, I just imagine a Space Marine singing "Stand By Me." Just stand by me. Are you building something today? We might build some stuff today. We're looking at the new Combat Patrol magazines, which came with a file. It came, look, see, these got little things to be put into a binder, right? And now, I've got my official Warhammer binder. Yeah. Look, it's got a little clippy clappity. Clippity clappity. Yeah. It's an official Warhammer binder. Emperor's Children happened. You happened. We don't want to do another Space Marine conduct. Oh, yeah, because Emperor's Children love the music. Yeah, when working with concert with other branches of the Imperial military, battalions of Astra military troops will bear the brunt of a frontline combat. Yeah, this is a big issue. The Space Marines really love this line right here. But like, Astra militum, bear the brunt. Okay, just throw, you know, that really tough throw over the... Yeah, these pages are really not well bound in these magazines. I guess they're meant to be put into a binder, so fair. Yeah, they really love to just have... Like, do you see that throw over there? That we should probably not engage. We should just throw a bunch of mines down and, you know, other stuff to just delay them and slow them down. Yeah, just throw wave upon wave of guardsmen pointlessly at them. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's good. It's useful. Laughs in Dark Angel. Oh, hey, the Dark Angels are very good at working with others. Haven't you read the latest Dark Angel book where they work really, really well for Tau? So that they can kill Imperial citizens. Just in case that they know the secrets of the Dark Angels. Oh my gosh. Oh, the Dark Angels are the dumbest, silliest faction in 40k, it feels sometimes. Oh, well, the great Scatari legions of Adeptus Mechanicus, we are technological marvels that can destroy the greatest of foes. Meanwhile, the Sisters of Bacta, Adeptus Sororitas, inspire all others through their indomitable faith. To be honest, the Skitarii are probably the ones you want bearing the brunt of a frontline combat, because they're more replaceable than Guardsmen. And they'll do it better than Guardsmen, and fearlessly. Okay, here's a hive mind. Every Tyranid is joined by the hive mind. The hive mind is fast and noble swarm intelligence that allows a Tyranid to act with terrifying coordination in battle. Could you imagine if a Tyranid hive mind? Their want and goal wasn't to eat everything, but was to like do something else.
Do you know of the Fallen? Are you sure? 'Cause the Fallen don't exist. We're gonna take you away and question you about the Fallen, the Deafin.
They don't exist, but deafen. The only way to get past the Dark Angels is to be blind, deaf, and not feel any touch. In which case, they might believe that you've never heard of a Fallen before. I feel like the ones who have fallen the most are the Dark Angels themselves. Oh my gosh. Okay, the hive mind is beyond human comprehension. None know how fast it really is or what it wants. However, its powers are evident to all who battle the Tyranids. Every Tyranid is an extension of a hive mind's will, just like we're an extension of the Emperor's will. You could picture the swarm as a single fast beast, where warrior organisms such as termagants and von Ryan's leapers act as its teeth and claws, where psychic synapse organisms act as its brain. This allows the Tyranids to react faster than the ordinary army. But it is also a weakness for cunning strategies to exploit. By taking out the synapse organisms, lesser organisms are left without guidance and referred to bestial instinctive behaviour. However, synapse creatures are often the deadliest in a Tyranid force, and so this is much easier said than done. 12 last cannons
Maybe the real
across the
Fallen
board.
were the brothers who tripped along the way.
Oh my gosh. Too many words makes Cupcake. Yeah, Cupcake doesn't like to read. Cupcake is even worse than me at reading. I love this model. Lights back on because we're back onto dark pages. We're in the dark times now, brother. Okay, an unknowable presence. The exact nature of a hive mind is complete mystery to humanity. Yeah. Some feeble-minded fools think the hive mind is a god. The wise know it's far greater and more terrible. No, there's nothing greater than the God Emperor, you crazy people. There's nothing more terrible than the chaos, which definitely doesn't exist. Look at this little army. I got one of them. I love that model. It's so cool. I don't have one of them. I don't have one of them. I don't have them. I do have one of them. I don't know what that one is. I do have them. Yeet. Oh gosh. Synaptic organisms. Look at that big, great hive mind thing. Hive tyrants are amongst the most feared and dangerous synapse creatures. Synapse organisms broadcast the indomitable will of a hive mind across the tyrannid swarm. From hovering zoanthropes to swift the swift tyrannid primes and towering hive tyrants, synapse creatures can be found wherever the tyrannids attack. I need a drink. In their presence, even the lowliest bioforms fight with ruthless ferocity. The hive mind employs a vast range of synapse organisms in its conquest of the galaxy. Some act as a vital frontline nodes, equipped with biomorphs that allow them to fight alongside the lesser war beasts they direct in battle. Others act as a kind of psychic artillery, firing sanity-shattering blasts of energy into the ranks of the enemy. Together, synapse organisms form a living network that holds a tyrannid swarm together, sharing information faster than any artificial system could manage. Some synapse creatures appear to have varied effects on the troops under their sway. Some supercharge their natural regenerative abilities of their kin. Others possess this particular cunning that they seem to share with their allies. All are utterly deadly and priority targets of destruction. I mean, basically, they're just generals. Go, go, gadgets, so are votes. Oh, look at that tyrannid thing. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I swear there's like another page here. Is there? No, maybe not. Nope, there's not. Okay. A bit more flashbanging, I suppose, here. There you go. No, I love this guy. This guy's cool. Look at his little maw. Look at the big brain. Neo Tyrant Tervagons. We don't have one of them. They spawn a bunch of stuff, though. Bunch of little babas. Tyrannid Warriors, we don't have any. They're good, though. I used to have some. I don't know what this thing's meant to be. The Tyrannid Director, the Hive Tyrant. Oh, it's meant to be a Hive Tyrant, I think. Oh, yeah, that's a whip. That's one of the lash whips. That's a bone sword. And that's... Oh, okay. That's a cool drawing, though. Oh, there's a little story about it all. Decapitation, it says right there. It's hard to think what to say when not familiar with Warhammer lore. Oh, you're learning about, yeah, Retro Hive. Oh, that's Retro. Oh, yeah, I guess it is Retro. That's instructions, not a title. Decapitate. Okay, just give me a moment. No, my head's stuck. Never mind, I can't get it off. It's fine. Cupto, can I try with your head? Let me just grab your head right back. Hiccup. But Ultramarines. Okay, so you don't need to be familiar with it. This is actually familiarizing you with the lore. So Space Marines are bioengineered super soldiers. Are worshipped like angels by the people because they're made by the God Emperor. Symbol of the law. Big blue Buzz Lightyear, Smash Bug, and Bad Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. I wasn't sold of a Neo Tyrant to a starter edition. Now that they can finally join swords, kind of want one. Oh.
My neck is too strong. I do neck every day.
You do neck every day. What does that even mean, Cuptul? You're going to sleep, you're ignoring me. Okay, Cuptul, you can ignore me. Oh, gosh. But yeah, the Tyranids are just a bug. If you've watched Starship Troopers, imagine the bugs from that, kind of, but even more evil and weird. But effectively, a very, very quickly evolving swarm of bugs that have lots of different shapes and forms they take. And they just want to eat everybody. So the Ultramarines are a Space Marine faction. The Ultramarines have been told that the world, the Ultramarines had been told that the world could not be allowed to fall. That without its colossal forms, billions would starve in the first hour. They had joked and shared battle stories and cheered for the Primarch and McCrag. It was a 6-hour fighting, and Fabian's ammo counter sounded in his helmet like a funerary bell. While the Space Marines could dismiss the red warning sigil in his helmet, he could not dismiss the inevitable. The Tyranids were winning. It mattered not that Fabian and his squad had killed dozens of the beasts. For each had died, 3 more seemed to take their place. It was impossible to discern the surface of the planet. The ground was carpeted with corpses, rippers weaving beneath fallen termagants to capture any wasted biomass. So far, 2 of his battle brothers had died, and he felt their loss bitterly. He had fancied Cassius for a sergeant one day, while Antonius was barely more than a new recruit. Yeah, he had fancied Cassius. I'm joking. There would be no replacing the experience or courage these warriors brought to the chapter. Fabian was not afraid of death. No Space Marine was. But he would not We will not countenance further losses. Every warrior was needed by the Imperium, and Fabian would not spend them without reason. With a grunt of dissatisfaction and a sharp gesture of her hand, he commanded his squad to withdraw, covering them in a fighting retreat with his penultimate magazine of ammo. He and his remaining troops, a dozen or so warriors, drawn from various shattered squads, fell back behind an acid-stained bunker. The walls would not hold for long. No matter. Fabian had not come here to fight, but to think. And Space Marines are very quick thinkers indeed. He muted the grisly din of battle. Thousands of claws scrabbling on the rockcrete outside, and the hideous gnashings of alien teeth, and opened the squad-wide fox. Theoretical, further, continued action without alteration means unacceptable losses. Gulliman's blood flows in our veins. We will not spill it without good cause. I require suggestions. Callus, an Infernus Marine, whose that means he's a flaming... He has a flamethrower. Whose fiery temper matched his armament was first. We have combat knives for a reason, Captain. Let us cut our way through this horde. Who claims our sword arms will falter before their numbers do? Fabian considered Callus's words. Perhaps in a mortal soldier's mouth they would have sounded like bravado, but Callus was a Space Marine, and there was a sense to what he said. Still, the Tyranids were lethal at close range. Already Fabian's armor was straining from acid burns and deep clawed rents. The next to speak was Malik, a Terminator of considerable age. Fabian knew Malik as a good warrior, but the old veteran had never showed much aptitude for command. See, that's the great thing about NIDs. They always have more. I mean, it depends. If you're a NID, yeah, it's great that you always have more. If you're anybody else, maybe not so much. Oh, it continues. Still, what he lacked in tactical knowledge, he more than made up for in a kind of earthly practical advice that old soldiers are full of. His voice rumbled over a fox like a thunderhead. Find the biggest one, take its head. It's worked on my crag. It'll work here. Fabian nodded. That was good. My thanks, brother. Practical, faced with overwhelming odds, we expend our remaining resources slaying a synapse beast. Disruption to the Tyranid command network will allow us to defeat any bioforms in hand-to-hand combat with great ease. Commencing operation in 5 seconds. On my lead. I think the orcs are generally pretty happy for more. Yeah, I mean, sometimes even the orcs get tired of the NIDs because they do get bored of fighting in certain ways. It's why they like fighting humans. The humans fight in lots of different fun ways, especially Space Marines. And they also like fighting demons because demons can be similar, always changing, always evolving and adapting how they fight. Or just having lots of different variation amongst the armies. The fox clicked with acknowledgement signals. The fox clicked with acknowledgement signals. There was no suggestion of doubt in the squad. They would perform their duty or die in the attempt. Fabian, as was his duty, went into the breach first. The scanners in Fabian's helm revealed the Tyranids were almost through one of the bunker's walls. Fabian charged in full on, shattering the acid-weakened rockweed with ceramite pauldron. Behind him, the squad opened fire, the final bolts and gouts of flame carving a path through the endless swarm. Fabian scanned the hard for priority targets. There, towering above the servants, the serried ranks of the termagants, a hive tyrant, a psychic nightmare that imparted the hive mind's will to all nearby Tyranids. Fabian could feel its alien mind scratching away at his own, as if seeking entrance. Let it see, thought Fabian. Let it know that it is doomed. Fabian gave the order for the strike. Infernus Marines, light us a path. All other units, fire on. My target. Spend everything you have. We break them or we die. Did Warhammer exist before Fallout? I see many parallels. Yes. Warhammer did exist between Fallout, but both of them have been inspired by one another over the years. So, yeah. I don't think there's a massive... Oh, yeah. Warcraft was also inspired by Warhammer for Old World. Apparently, the first Warcraft game... Was it Warcraft? I think the people who worked on the first Warcraft game were also working with Games Workshop at the time. So for Orcs and Warcraft are green and have big tusks because that's what the Orcs and Warhammer were like. And then I think StarCraft officially copied Warhammer because they were originally going to make a Warhammer 40k game, but the deal fell through after they had already started making it, so they turned it into StarCraft. Which is why you got a bunch of guys who look like Space Marines and a bunch of guys who look like Tyranids. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Fire wreathed the squad and turned the termagants at his feet to cinders. Fabian thrust through the horde, using the sheer mass imparted by his battle plate to force through the ranks of the enemy. The hive tyrant turned and roared. Was it mocking him? Challenging him? Or was this simply a calculated response designed to intimidate him? Fabian answered the beast's cry of a pulverizing hail of bolt rounds. It charged. Fabian held firm. Every one of his bolts and every one fired by his battle brothers would have to land target if he was to live. The first few rounds exploded against some kind of psychic shield, but the creature could only resist such an assault for so long. With a wave of energy, the creature's defenses buckled and broke. Still it pushed forward, heedless of the grievous damage being inflicted upon it. It was now only a few paces from Fabian, and his ammunition had finally run out. However, his courage had not. As it raised a huge blade of bone for a brutal strike, Fabian sprung forth and brought the butt of his rifle down hard upon the creature's head. Weakened by the bolt of fire, the chitin split, and the hive tyrant perished in a burst of hissing acid and splintered bone. The effect was instant. A ripple of discord spread throughout the Tyranids as their singular will dissolved. They still gnashed and slashed, but there was no order to them. They were animals. Perhaps they even felt something akin to fear. Deprived of their connection to the malign intelligence that directed their actions, the termagants' focused assault became uncoordinated and frenzied, leaving them vulnerable to the Space Marines' disciplined counterattack. Heatened by their sudden reversal of fortune, Fabian drew his combat blade and raised it high. We march on the crag. Kill now, for the Primarch, for the God Emperor, and for your lives. Yay! Ultramarines win again! Named Ultramarines. Never fails. What's this about? Web of Nightmares is here. Picked captures from Horniv 8 revealed all manner of bizarre and previously unseen Tyranid behavior which, confronted with Ultramarine strike groups, the Tyranids would initially dispatch vast hordes of termagants before assembling strike groups of their own and using tactics eerily similar to those laid out in the Codex Astartes. Ultimate commanders were forced to be flexible, changing their strategy faster than the tyrannies could adapt. Yeet. Oh my gosh. So this is just explaining the rules of the game again, how to play. It's showing you how to use this ruler that we got in this set. Waking the Swarm, you got more stories. We don't need to read them. And then you got another scenario that you come back to with using our old tokens that we got in other sets. Using the models that we've got in the previous sets. I should probably turn the light back on with how dark these pages are. And then, here you go. The end. Oh, I love those. Oh, those are nice colours. And there we go. That's this magazine. And there's the 10 termagants we got inside it. Or 6 of them. Oh my gosh. But now, on to magazine number 8. Where we get the final sprue we needed, which has 4 termagants on it. And all the bases that the termagants needed. And a base of a Whipper Swarm that comes with it. So this is the same thing that came in the starter set and in the code and the Leviathan box set. The termagants, the termagants in this aren't like your box of termagants you can normally buy. Like we just bought termagants over a counter at Warhammer stores. These ones only come with flesh borers. You can't give them any other type of weapon. Which maybe in older editions would have been fine. But in the modern edition of Warhammer, the 10th edition, everything's free. So it kind of feels like you're missing out by not being able to equip them with other weapons. Especially those stronger ones that previously would have cost points. I mean, the flesh bars aren't that bad themselves. You can definitely easily use them without those stuff. Oh, wait. I do like this artwork. There's an old rhino. Looks more like a Gaffin in that picture. M113 Gaffin, you know. Okay, turning off the light so you don't get flashbanged too much. It's teaching you how to paint the Whipper Swarms. Not the Whipper Swarms, the termagants. And it's a work in progress. Yay, a tutorial. Do you want to read the tutorial? About how to paint or how they recommend you paint from stuff. Base coat. It will take 2 thin coats of Barrack Burgundy to fully cover the undercoat. Don't worry if your base coat is a little messy at this stage. It's very easy to make touch-ups. Yes, read every letter. No, now Talan's asking for it. Once your base coats are finished, go tidy up any mistakes you have using the Wraithbone. Honestly, the Wraithbone might not be good for covering up purple. Ooh, departs in Municitorium. Wars are not fought with valor and cunning, but with logistics, and within the Imperium, the fast task of supplying its trillions strong armies falls to a venerable Municitorium. Nice. Oh, look, that guy's got a melter gun. I love melter guns. And that guy's got a power fist. Is that a power fist? It is a power fist. And that guy's got like a missile launcher. An RPG. Why has he got a Soviet-style RPG? Okay, whatever. Maybe it's not. Hello, Tony. How you doing? I'm doing okay. You better read every comma alive. Never. I'm probably not going to read more story stuff. Oh, Lifeblood of the Imperium. I mean, I'll probably put these on the page so you can read it yourself if you want to. Oh, whatever its faults, without the Departamentorium, the Imperium would collapse. Without the regiments of the Extra Militarium, the Departamentorium raises thousands of worlds would fall, and without the constant supply of materials provided by the Militarium, even the most stalwart soldiers would starve to death or be overrun when the ammunition ran out. Sign of office. Oh, sign of office. That's a fair little... design. Nice. The Second Tyrannic War. After the First Tyrannic War, the Imperium dared to hope that the Tyranids were banished forever. I don't think anyone did that. I think everyone was aware that the Tyranids, that was just the start. Well, that being said, in the Second Tyrannic War, the Imperium does seem to do better, especially for Ultramarines. Like, the Blood Angels got absolutely devastated, but the Ultramarines got devastated. Actually, they didn't get as devastated as the Blood Angels did. The Blood Angels really got devastated. Almost all of them wiped out. Been running around for gifts. Oh, I can understand that. Thankfully, I don't need to buy many gifts. I only have to buy a gift for my mother and a gift for my father. Although for gift, I ordered from online, and the gift from my mother arrived, and it was in a box that had all of the company logos and everything on it. It was like, yeah, this is definitely very inconspicuous, isn't it? Very inconspicuous. And my mother accepted the delivery and was like, I wonder what Cupcake got me. Having a slice of cheese and me. No cheese, Italian. Talan doesn't get cheese. He's been mean to me. He told me we could finally play as Boris Todbringer. And then he said only in Vermintide. And then it turned out it wasn't even Boris Todbringer. It was just a cosmetic that kind of looks like him. Kind of. It's not even got a big fortress on his head. What is it? They were wrong. Centuries later, the Tyranids returned in even greater numbers, spearheaded by a high fleet designated Kraken. The Tyranids scoured dozens of worlds in a conflict unsurpassing the First Tyrannic War. Oh wait, so this isn't Leviathan yet. Wait, what's the second one that was McCrag? I need to turn the lights on. Again. The big castle on his head is not kind of... The big castle on his head is... Do you want me to show you? Boris Todbringer. Official art of Boris Todbringer from the official books. I'm gonna... Boris Todbringer. And the official model for him. Where's the official model? Look at this. Look at the... Look at this. Where is it? How do I bring window capture? Look! Look at a big castle on his head. Castle. Castle on his head. I don't know. He's... It. Warhammer Total War. You don't see the big golden castle here. Well, where's the model? Where's this model? It's probably down here somewhere. Big castle on his head. Even the model has a big castle on its head. Oh my gosh, Talan. Oh look, free weekend for city skylines too. Cracking off a top rope. The body, Iron, nearly wiping them out, but making them the best Karath world. What's that on his shield? Oh gosh, let me look. I just closed the page. I can't see what's on his shield. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I thought these were a bunch of Tau stuff then I realised the Thunderhawks. This month, next one is about 10 people's birthdays and Christmas gifts. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of people. Oh yeah, he's in Warhammer Total War. I read it. I read it. And I've read what you said now. Hey Verlamon, how you doing? Yeah, Boris Todbringer's in Warhammer. I want to be able to officially play as him without using a mod. And until they add that in, it can never be fixed. Oh, Battle of Iron. Here we go. Yeah. This is when Kraken attacked it. So this is really old lore. This is like old lore. Back from before the Primaris Marines. Yeah, because that's Calgar back before he became a Primaris dude. Yeah. This is old art too. Yeah, so all of... is all of this? No, the Infernus Marines are new. So the story we just read was definitely a modern story. What do you mean, old law? The paper is brand new. It was not humanity who suffered. It was not only humanity who suffered at the hands of High Fleet Kraken. Eldari were also bore horrifying losses at the jaws of the High Fleet. The Iron Craft World, a colossal city ship home to many Eldari, was invaded by a huge swarm of tyrannid organisms. The Guardians of Iron desperately hold the line against their monstrous foe. Their Guardians. They're basically the equivalent of Eldar Guardsmen, these dudes here at the bottom. No warrior spared in the defense of the Craft World was spared of the defense of the Craft World, from hastily raised Guardian militias to robotic ghost warriors controlled by the spirits of the dead. By the time the High Fleet Kraken was driven off, a full 4/5 of the Craft World's population lay dead or dying. Apparently the Dark Elder helped them repopulate a little bit, I heard. Was it Iodine? Or was it some other thing? Or maybe it wasn't even canon. I don't know. Icor 4. The Imperium finally ended the Second Tyrannic War, and Marnius Kelgor got his revenge. Oh, so the first one was when McCrag got destroyed, and this was... or nearly destroyed. I'm head to bed. Good night, Marshmallow Jones. You're going to start HRT when you move out. Oh, good luck! I hope it goes well for you, and I hope you sleep well. Remember to take care of yourself. Oh. The Tyrannids used for adaptiveness and learning from previous encounters to secure victory. Here it was Imperium's turn. Marnius Calgar led battle-hardened veterans from fighting on McCrag in a series of devastating assaults on High Fleet Krakens. Oh yeah! You can get, if it's still in Legends, Tyrannic War veterans, and I think there's like detachments and stuff in various books for making Tyrannic War veteran armies, and there's even a crusade in the main rulebook for Tyrannic War veteran soldiers. They're really, really good as long as what you're fighting is Tyranids or possibly orcs. Or demons. They're actually really good against demons because demons have lots of monsters. Iodine is so cool. That was a dose of humble pie they needed, and then they became the Ghost Legion. Basically 2/3 of their forces is now Wraith stuff. Ooh, that's cool. It makes sense. They basically got a bunch of battery packs from how many people died. If you don't know, Eldar all carry soul stones, and when they die, their soul goes into the soul stone, and then they use a soul stone and put it in like a thing made from what they call Wraith bone, a construct, like a robot, and then they can control it. And multiple of them can be used to power things like Wraith Lords, and even repair craft boards and stuff. But sometimes the soul stones get completely used up trying to power these constructs or to repair things. And I suppose so it's considered like losing a person all over again. And because Eldar don't breed very quickly, every single loss is really heavily felt. When the Swarm Lord took to the field, Calgar once again ruled the beast, managing to fell it and securing victory for the planet's defenders. The Swarm Lord is a bigger punching bag than the Avatar of Cain at this point. The Swarm Lord is effectively a special hive tyrant that the hive mind will sometimes summon and create, which is meant to be the best general and combatant that the hive mind can possibly create. And it's often just beaten up and punched by different groups, by different named characters, because it can constantly just come back and regenerate and just be reborn elsewhere. Whereas their craft world is permanently twisted and warped because of the psychic damage it took. Ooh. That makes sense. Well, managing to fell it to supply its defenders, albeit with heavy losses on the Imperium side. Don't worry, every single loss that the Imperium suffers, the Imperium generates so many people every single moment and so many new soldiers that losing 1 billion people in a single battle is like an hour's worth of actual losses. Like it would take them about an hour to recuperate all the losses of like losing 1 billion people. And that's like 1 billion fully equipped soldiers. And even then it's like the amount of losses it takes. If they lose an entire chapter, within a few weeks, the Imperium could have a new chapter built up and ready to go. Because it's especially the people at the Lords of Terror and the Adeptus Mechanicus has basically these massive swarms of just tanks, specimen tubes just filled with gene seed that are growing space marines just waiting to be released. So sometimes they just randomly create new chapters, and sometimes they're like, this is the Legion where they originally come from. And we don't actually know they're founding a Legion, or that's what we claim. It's crazy. They need to eat one planet, and that's like 3 new wars they can fight. Imperium and Nids butting heads is a grind fest that puts everything else to shame. Yeah. Even the Arcs aren't necessarily as good at it. Because one of the things you have to realise is that the largest Arc empires at the moment don't cover many habitable worlds. And those empires themselves, like even these, unless it's Gaskell Thraka, they struggle to actually get all these Arcs into a single war. And often the wars are just being fought as multiple small wars within their own Archy empires fighting one another. For Arcs are really bad because similar to Tyranids, in fact even worse, they infest the planet that they attack because their Arcs are basically fungus people. When they die, they send spores everywhere and this grows new Arcs. So you have to burn Arcs and burn the land around where Arcs die to make sure that new Arcs don't grow. And that's one of the reasons why Arcs seem to have a limited number, because they're constantly just growing more Arcs. But the issue is that when the Arcs like lose a massive war and just tens of thousands of boys are lost at once, and then they lose, or hundreds of thousands of rather, and then they might lose a planet with billions of Arcs on it, suddenly it can reduce the Arc force in an area quite significantly. Now all it takes is one tribe of Arcs to survive, and they can finally, and after a few years they'll go into a new war that will be capable of swallowing multiple worlds up. But the thing about the Arcs is that they're an infestation more than they are just without number. It's like fighting ants in a way. If you manage to destroy an entire hive of ants, as long as enough breeding ants manage to survive, it won't take them long to regenerate the losses. Tyranids can be similar to Arcs in that way, but they need biomass to survive and thrive. So while they'll have big starting numbers, they can, if they start suffering heavy losses and they are denied the ability to regain numbers by absorbing biomass, then they can suddenly, they might never recover. You'll have to get a new hive fleet coming in. And that is the one thing about the Tyranids, is that we don't know how many of them there are outside of the galaxy. But if you can defeat each and every single fleet it sends in, then eventually they might just run out. Because obviously outside of a galaxy, they might not actually be able to create any more new Nids. So every time the fleets are defeated fully, it's a bit over. But that being said, it's like the war in Octavius against the Arcs that the Tyranids fought. The Tyranids were almost wiped out by the Arcs, but then the Tyranids managed to adapt, kill more Arcs, get more biomass, regrow the numbers. Humans are one of the ones that, if a certain number of planets, if certain planets were suddenly lost in certain areas, it could be almost irrecoverable for humanity. One of those planets was Cadia. Oh. But either way, as long as Terra and a few Hive worlds and Forge worlds remain, it really doesn't matter. They seem to have infinite number of people. Like, you have to remember, is that they've got a Hive world is trillions of people. A single Hive world can produce so many soldiers. And then they got like Death Corps of Creek. It's insane. Warhammer 40k is just a grind fest at its very core. Ooh, what's this? Death of a World. Okay, I might have to turn the lights off. But look, let's look at the pretty pictures first. Oh, it's showing you how the world, how it starts, the Tyranid invasion. Very orange. Not so orange. Okay, so here we go. The Tyranids come down. There's ships. I guess that's human ships fighting back. and flying up. So here's anyway, the invasion of the Tyranids falling from the sky, Tyranids fighting against humans. This is Tyranids winning on the world and just destroying stuff. And then this is what happens when they've won the war. And if they just, their biomass starts covering the planet and they grow and consume everything, including the buildings. And then they leave. And they take everything with them. Yeah. So, Tyranid invasion follows a clear series of stages, a recipe for death that has seen ruin of innumerable planets. Once the Tyranid infestation cycle has begun, only radical intervention can break it. No matter how verdant the world or how ardently it is defended, most will end up as lifeless husks. Slurpy slurp time! Octarius as a tendril of Leviathan. A large commitment to be sure, but still not to full forces. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about Octarius as well is that these tendrils and these splinter fleets in themselves are their own fleets, because they often will not be, I say they often, they usually won't be resupplied by the main fleet. If a tendril is destroyed or a splinter fleet is destroyed and it can't recover itself, then that's it. Usually. It's not like the Imperium where they send a crusade force, and then when the crusade force is starting to lose, they'll send more forces in to support it till they start winning. The Tyranids will send in one force, a fleet, and if that fleet starts losing, then, well, it was a bad idea to go in that direction as far as the Tyranids are concerned. I mean, sometimes they do reinforce and you find some more stuff coming in, but usually that's when they have a very specific agenda in that area. Yeah. Octavius is a really weird one, though. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the lore of Octavius in the end, the final thing they did with it. Tendrils are still connected to a main body, splinters are purely separated. Yeah, the splinters are purely separated because they called a splinter fleet because usually it means the main body was defeated. But even then, the tendrils often won't continue. Or if you get attacked by the Tyranids and you start winning, you'll usually defeat the tendril and then more will come after you gained victory. I mean, the save is, it's what I usually read about anyway in the lore. Tiamat. Which one's Tiamat? Oh, is that a splinter? Tyranid invasion is subtle at first as a high fleet approaches. Vanguard organisms will make landfall and begin assimilating key targets. Oh, so that means they make gene stealer cults. Yeah, meanwhile, cults tainted with Tyranid DNA will begin rising up, causing chaos on the planet's surface. Once they have a foothold, the Tyranids will attack in force. The hive mind will send wave after wave after wave after wave after wave of warrior organisms into the fray. Each successive cavalcade of nightmares better adapted to annihilate the planet's beleaguered defenders. Once all resistance is shattered, the Tyranids will begin to feed. The atmosphere is pumped with choking spores while the oceans are drunk dry by huge void ships. Every scrap of biomass on the planet is devoured and processed for later use. Now, this is something that is a bit contradictory. And when I say contradictory, it probably actually varies. It probably not always the same. Because that's one of the things is Warhammer likes to follow the idea of the real world. Is that we can apply all sorts of stereotypes to people, populations, and ways that they work. But these stereotypes are still just that, they're stereotypes. They could say all Black Templar are religious fanatics. That's only a stereotype. In reality, though, not all Black Templars are religious fanatics. Most of them are, many of them are, but not all. All Black Templar don't hate Psychers, just there's a number of Black Templars that hate Psychers. Some of them revere Psychers. And it goes like that. And one of the things about consuming planets is that sometimes you find Tyranids will absolutely consume almost everything, including all metal, including the planet's core. And it will make it completely uninhabitable because there's literally nothing left for it. They've consumed the core of a planet, like the molten core of magma. All it is a barren crust collapsing in onto itself. But other times, all they do is consume the surface level stuff. All the ore and the mines will be left abandoned. And Tiamat is a large splinter from Dun Dun Dun, the Tiamat system. They are weirdly cultivating the system around them and building some kind of psychic Tower of Babel. Oh, I don't think I've read about that. Perhaps a beacon, perhaps a magnifier for Shadow of Warp. No one can tell, but it's worrying. Ooh. Could you imagine if a demon of Siege got in control of it for High Fleet somehow? Oh, gosh. But yeah, so sometimes I do that, and sometimes it's like previous worlds that have been conquered by the Tyranids have managed to be reclaimed. Sometimes you come back over to a Tyranid world and already grass has begun to grow again. Trees are there, animals have resurfaced because they didn't actually consume absolutely everything. They effectively only consumed what they felt was efficient to consume. And what they felt was sufficient to consume was just everything that was on the surface. So that meant that there was still plenty of life left of a planet to give. Other times you go to a planet that the Tyranids have conquered and you find Tyranids are still there. Like you find all of these towers and structures still remain, as the Tyranids just didn't bother picking it up. Either they had some reason to continue having a force there, or they decided that it just wasn't worth the effort of trying to pick up all the stuff, which it makes sense. It's like for us, in many of our ideas of future space exploration, realistic ones at the moment, even industry and stuff, most of our ideas would just be leave things behind. Like if we send a bunch of work equipment to like dig stuff up, we take the stuff we dig up, but then we just leave the equipment because it wouldn't be worth a cost of picking it up and taking it off the surface of the planet. Similarly, you actually find that sometimes with companies that work abroad and aren't militaries as well, in which case often they'll do some work or they'll do whatever they need to do, then they come back home and they'll just leave loads and loads of equipment. So you might think, oh, they left hundreds of thousands of pounds of equipment behind, but it would have cost them 3 or 4 times as much just to move it all, so they just don't bother moving and just leave it behind. And that's what the Tyranids sometimes do. Or at least that's the explanation in the book sometimes. So sometimes a Tyranid will come to a planet and just leave a bunch of biomass behind that is Tyranid biomass. It's fun. But yeah, you never really know what's happening with Tyranids, with things in Warhammer. It's never all just clean cut. Okay, so just data sheets, more about how to play the game, examples of successful charges, failed charge. Oh yeah, you have to roll to see if you can charge now. Not a fixed distance. Ambush predators. Ambush predator. Oh, it's another scenario. Von Ryan's Elite. They like using Von Ryan's Elite in these scenarios. I've not played any of these scenarios, but imagine. Oh, look at that picture. I love that picture. That's so cute. Combat Patrol. I love these magazines. They're very nice. Oh, and the Librarian. And we got the paints next. Oh my gosh. The 11th book. We don't have the 11th one, but that's got Corvix White and lead belcher paints in it. But this one has. Let me turn my lights back on so we can see. Oh my gosh, my screen just turned off. It's back. Here we go. Lead belcher the goat. I have some lead belcher paint. Here we go. Abaddon Black. And Retribute to Armor. I don't have this colour. This is a good colour to have. Mine's a very different colour. Like, that's not the same goldy colour. It has a similar shade of black, but this isn't the same gold. Let me shake it up. Let me see if it helps. Yeah, that's not the same golden colour there. Yeah, this is more bronzy coloured than anything. Rather than that shiny gold. Let me make sure it's closed up properly. That's a base colour, and this is a base colour. What base colours are, you definitely want to water base colours down. With a very, very thick, very heavy pigment paints. Other types of paints are layer paint. You want to usually use a base colour first. And when you're doing your shades and stuff, what Games Workshop wants you to do is use a layer colour next, because these are much thinner and less heavily pigmented. So it should still show some of a base colour shade through this colour. So these are very good for highlighting with and doing shades. Then you've got contrast. And contrast colours are a bit weird in which when you paint from, it doesn't just create a single smooth colour of paint. It creates... It's a very weird liquidy paint. It's a bit like an ink. Brighter parts of it will cover the surface. Darker parts of it will go into crevices. Because it's got basically a different chemical layout. And it has a result, if you just want to... One of the things that I've seen people do is that they paint a model grey, white, or black. I've ever take a colour like this and then just paint it over the top. And in thin layers. And it creates something that looks... It's a very way of creating something that would take 3 different normal colours to do, 3 different shades. But at the same time, I generally don't really like using contrast colours a lot myself. That being said, I've not given them a good chance for how they tell you to use them. But yeah, look at these little movines. Fighting some more of these dudes. You're not Tyranids. What are you guys? Chaos? You got an auto gun? A grenade launcher? He does not seem to care. He's not even wearing his helmet. It's on his hip. Look how sad the helmet is and that it's not being worn. Oh, look at them heavy bolt rifles. Something like light grey is great for contrast. Yeah, I don't have any light grey base colour. Ooh, this does not... Oh, no, it's ripping. Oh, it's all ripped there. Oof. Did they change how it's bounded? Maybe. I recently got 2 new spray paints. Another Chaos Black for most of what we're going to do. Maybe I should go for greys, but I'm painting Black Templar, so this Chaos Black's really useful. It's an undercoat. I got some Sandy Dust, though, for painting for Tyranids. Because I like to paint my Tyranids yellow, and at the moment, I just need something that's not black. I'm not having a nice time trying to paint white and black. Oh, do you want to see something else I got recently? I finally got some green stuff sculpting tools. Oh. A silicone. So the tips are soft. I need to get some Vaseline or something as well. But I've never used these silicone sculpting tools. Even when I was doing proper sculpting, I didn't use stuff like this. I used a metal sculpting tool. You can't sleep. You can't sleep. Oh my gosh. I told you to sleep well. Oh my gosh. You're not doing what I said. I'm joking. I'm joking. I understand that. I couldn't sleep last night, but it's partly because my parents went out. And they came back at like 1 in the morning. And they're very noisy when they come back. So I was like, oh, okay, you know what? They're out. We're not going to be back till late. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to play a game. Oh, I have a boiler book, so my bath was kind of terrible. Didn't have enough hot water. Oh, but I was making my game. I've been making this game, right? Do this model. Like, it's kind of like Warhammer. It's because I've been writing a fantasy book and I decided I want to just imagine how they would play. So I've been making this game and I tested it out last night and it was really fun. Oh, I've been trying to struggle to balance the game though. Because one of the things I feared, was that I made my cheap units too cheap. And I made my expensive, like they're going to be overpowered compared to the more expensive stuff. And the super expensive stuff was going to be way underpowered by comparison. When I can't sleep, man. You really don't like it when yeah, I know that pain. I know the pain of not being able to sleep. Although it turns out that lying down and just trying to sleep and like meditating and stuff does actually have a similar effect. It's not as good as sleep, but it does have a similar effect on the body. giving you the chance to rest. Have I learned meditation because of my inability to sleep? It's great. Yeah. But I found out that actually the most overpowered things are the more expensive things. Like, for instance, the point system's a bit different from Warhammer. It's a lot more expensive. So, like, a musket is a very cheap unit, costs 20 points. A rifle is basically like a musket, but it's slightly more accurate and more powerful. I say slightly. It's a lot more accurate. But that one costs 37 points, and the rifle is just so much better against most things. I've only got like a thing of a heavy rifle, which is just like twice as good as that guy, but costs 3 times the price. And somehow it's like doing way more than what that is. It's really weird. Trying to balance a game is really, really weird. Like, I don't know. And it's like, I've got things that cost hundreds upon hundreds of points or thousands of points, and they still feel underpointed by how well they do. Yeah, balance is hard. I have been balanced. Yeah, the balance was going well. Okay, how to paint, get flashbanged. I do like how they do all of this. And when they're painting it, they show you the different stages and how it looks of them. But it's very easy to start painting to something like this yourself and feel like you're a terrible painter because you don't know the process and you don't trust it very well. But then when you're seeing that they're doing the same stuff, like, look at it. That looks like something I would make. It helps you trust the process when you're having to go through all of these steps. Okay, now they're a lot neater than I am with these guys. I should turn this light off so you stop getting flashbanged. Having some things be OP is fun. Yeah, it's also, when I was playing the game, it made me realise that just because something's a bit OP doesn't mean it's actually OP. Because certain things, when they're by themselves and you just plonk them, this unit versus this unit, in theory, how would it actually go, taking averages into account? And it goes, oh my gosh, this overpriced unit's really overpowered still. But then when you actually put it into a battle and you realise, oh, wait a minute. Well, it's got lots of utility. When there's lots of different units involved, this super expensive unit really reduces utility of your army. While the enemy's got lots of cheaper units, means they got lots of utility and lots of different things they can do. And ultimately can overwhelm you using, you know, better tactics because they got more tactics available to them. And I think, so that's the other thing. Playtesting is important. And like how units compare to one another. Yeah, the binding on this one seems a lot better. But it seems so like the glue must have seeped into this area a little bit. Yeah, more works in progress. Teach me how to paint all of them. That's nice. I do like this. Maybe it would be a good idea for us to go through these painting processes together. Although I don't like to paint necessarily like this. Personally, I got my own methods that I learned over the years. Okay, this is another dark page. Let's turn the lights on so we can see a little better. There we go. Oh, I recently got one of these guys. I got him when I was buying my dice. Let me get it. You're scared. There we go. Yeah. You're scared. Well, don't worry about... Well, I hope your family won't react negatively. You never know. But we're living in a much more, progressive world. Going to write a campaign for Battlefield Gothic server. I'm really throwing myself in the deep end for it. Ooh. Oh wait, so you can make campaigns and stuff in Battlefield Gothic, like custom ones. Ooh. Are you writing it up like sometimes I did with Stellaris, where... Well, this is a really good bookmark, by the way. Are you doing it like I do with Stellaris, where sometimes you win fights and you do stuff... Wait, you do your battles, you do your entire campaign, and then you write it up like you know, the stories of the people involved in the Stellaris campaign, and like you note down who the different people were. Yeah, so I got some more Black Templar upgrades and transfers. These things I think are a bit too expensive for what they are, but the Black Templar ones are pretty good. You get access to like the Judicar sword and multi-melters and some. I really like that helmet. And I love the swords that you can put on your vehicles. And I think there's a few. Yeah, there's stuff like these here that you can put on vehicles too. A grenade arm for somebody. I swear there's other stuff in here as well. There was a normal Black Templar cross for vehicles. Yeah, there probably is. I also got some Terminators. This is because in these Combat Patrol magazines, we're eventually going to get 5 Terminators. And as a result, I want to... When we're building... Wait, there's a 6 minutes... Oh, because it's got to have teleport to beacon in it. Probably. Yeah, teleport to beacon's a 6th one. Yeah, so we can mix it and match it with this thing a little bit. I also got one of these dudes. A Storm Speeder. I was actually going to get more of them, but I accidentally only added one to the basket. I really like these things. I never really liked Land Speeders, but I think Storm Speeders are so much cooler. Except for the one guy there. I never noticed his helmet there. I'm not going to build that helmet there. I'm going to fill it in. Oh, that's just so stupid looking. Why did you have to point that out to me? I loved the design of that thing until you pointed it out. I mean, okay. Eventually, I would have seen it, but, you know. But look how cool it looks there. That thing there. Here. The 12's on it. We've also got one of them. Ours is way cooler, though. That's Titus! Oh my gosh, that's Titus right there. Oh my gosh, you can even see his surface studs. Yeah, oh my gosh. Just paint him invisible. Don't look at Arnius for death for too long. Ever since the terrible civil war known as the Horus Heresy, Space Marines have been divided into chapters of 1,000 warriors each. 1,000 warriors each. Yeah, even the Ultramarines don't really stand by that thing. Do you know what the Ultramarines do? The Ultramarines effectively use their successor chapters as, do you know, more Legion fodder. Oh, so they obfuscate their numbers. And one of the things is like when the Ultramarines lose way too many people in a fight, all they do is go, okay, we need to quickly recruit. Oh, so they got way too many scouts for Ultramarines. They have like thousands of scouts, so as soon as they need more Ultramarines, they just promote more scouts to being Marine level. And as if they need more Marines as well, apparently they recruit from their successor chapters to get some more of their Space Marines into the Ultramarines. Yeah, we don't need to read too much. You got different chapter markings, different chapters have different founding chapters and all sorts. Ooh, Blood Angels! Everyone loves the Blood Angels. Dark Angel's successor being way too willing to help out the main Dark Angels chapters. Yeah, definitely willingly. Always willingly. Oh, the Silver Templars. Apparently, when first advertising this, it's advertised as something we'll be learning all about the Silver Templars. But this is the first time I think we've even come across the Silver Templars. I was really excited for them because I was like, Templars? Silver? Oh my gosh, I want to learn about them. But our Angels are seemingly proud, noble warriors. However, they bear a dark secret. A flaw in their genetic makeup causes many of themselves to lose themselves to violence and blood lust. The Space Wolves adopt the culture of their home world, Fenris. As a result, every Space Wolf is a savage. Yeah, there's also way more than 1,000 Space Wolves since they don't care about following the Codex Astartes. And apparently the Space Wolf successor chapters usually also don't care about following it. Similarly, you got the Black Templar. And apparently a bunch of other Imperial Fist chapters just don't care about following the Codex Astartes. She loves colour Templars. It's true. It's true. Oh, look. Why has he not got a... Oh, no, that's Dark Angels. I thought it was going to be a salamander. Screw you. You're not allowed. Bad. Bad Dark Angel. Okay, Bonds of Honor. Is this going to be for Silver Templars? I mean, that's a Silver Templar, right? Look at him. Look how cool he is. Look at his little gun. Come now, young ones. That was a valiant climb, and all of you are one step closer to proving your worth. You only have to survive the remainder of the climb tomorrow, and you will gain leave to enter the sacred halls of Colossus, a fortress monastery, and our home. Just in case you didn't know, you know? I mean, I know you grew up here, but you might not know that Colossus is our fortress monastery, and, you know. As a writer, these types of lines, you know, that are just very exposition heavy, always jump out to me now. Because I learned all about them. Let the man have his monologue. Never. You may not yet realize what that means, but our home is not merely our stronghold. Nor is it just a convenient place to sleep and eat. Rather, it is a place where the holy work of the Emperor is commissioned and brought to bear. It's a temple where each of us was born anew. In the brotherhood we now share, you too shall have your chance. And if you're reborn and awaken a Silver Templar... Silver Templars! Yeah, finally! It only took us 9 magazines to finally learn about the Silver Templar that were advertised to me from day one. You have no idea how good it feels to do exposition monologue. Oh no, I do. I kept getting told off in my writing group, like, you're doing too much exposition monologue. Stop! Stop! And then I learned how to put exposition everywhere. Apart from Matrix is a really good example of doing exposition in a way where your average person might not just realize how much exposition is actually in the first 25 minutes. I think in the first 25 minutes or something, there's like 2 questions almost a minute. Or 1.5. It's insane. The character just wants to do it. It's realistic. I mean, it is true. Because in real life, being an autistic person who mostly learnt to interact with people based on films and books, I inadvertently just monologue a lot. Not just monologue, exposition monologue. And sometimes also it's repeating myself a lot because it's like in books, there's a rule of 3 in which if you want somebody to remember something, you have to tell it to them 3 times of the same page. And as a result, you find characters in books often repeat themselves. Or the writing in a book will often repeat itself. And then I also talk in a way that often just repeats myself. Oh, it's so silly. Just like I did then, by the way. It's just a coincidence that, oh, my character's autistic. It's true. It's true. I don't even mean to write from my autistic half. Actually, no, a lot of my characters aren't. My main character's usually autistic and people don't like them. But I usually end up writing them because they're the characters I always like in books. I mean, always related to. But for other characters surrounding them, people are like, you write really good characters. So why is it your main character's terrible? And I'm like, okay, I'll just write out the main character again. Yes, I'll just... But then that's actually one of the reasons why I quit writing for a while and got into VTubing, actually. Because I just got so upset that I had to just constantly remove the things that made me want to write because it wasn't deemed marketable enough. And it was like, oh... It's like, I want to write about the autistic person who struggles to express feelings and doesn't react to things like a normal person does. But I don't want to make the entire story about that interaction. I just want them to live in the world and it just be normal for them. And I'm not allowed to. No, sometimes I'm allowed to, but as long as they're not the main character. Or if only they're what's called a narrative character. So they're a blank slate for which the reader is meant to put themselves into their boots. But then you have to take away a lot of their personality to do that. And, we go, oh, Francis is here. Hello, Francis. How you doing? Loving having artistic character in a book and other artistic traits are like dislikes pickles, really hates pickles. Garlic and onion, try to kill it. Sounds like a skill issue. Hi, Francis. Okay, so where we were up to with this. If you become one with us, you will no doubt learn of many holy things and many ways in which purity is pursued. I was telling you before of Sergeant Asakakarton and his squad, how his most precious weapon was lost to him as they flew into battle. Yeah, we were telling you before about this, so I don't need to tell you, but I'm telling you anyway. How he sacrificed it to save one of his brothers, like I told you before, by the way, Macritras, and how he vowed to do all in his power to retrieve it. Well, other things must have come before even the most precious personal matters and loyalty to the chapter, and the orders handed down is one of those things. Even losing his precious rifle did not unseat that deep wisdom from Sergeant Ascatonian's mind. Ascaton's, as you will see. Once a transport vehicle was carrying the sergeant and his squad leader, the space bam 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 bolt of fire flew themselves out of a door. Bam bam more bolt of fire, whatever danger lay in wait for bolt of fire on their planet's surface. Around them bolt of fire for shattered ruins of a new, now dead civilization.
Wow! Francis Nildo joined the mix.
Thank you for subscribing, Francis. Wait a minute, you weren't subscribed. But thank you for subscribing. Our Silver Templars Ultrasmiths. Because those guys seem to love the sound of... Yeah, they are the successor chapter to the Ultramarines. Just like the Ultramarines are successors of the Ultramarines. Good morning, Cupcake. Good morning, SCP. Wait, am I on Ultramarine? Because I like having to listen to my... Actually, I mean, I don't like the sound of my own voice too much. I'm a streamer, though. So anyway, so they attacked despite loads of dangers. And there's a dead civilization but one fact thrived on the surface of a planet. Amid the toppled corpses of the buildings, the warriors stood, and for a moment they took in their surroundings. Perhaps those buildings had once risen to a great height, like our fortress monasteries, but now, after coming of a great devourer, they lay in piles of rubble. From the mounds, the rusted steel bones of buildings struck out from hunks of masonry. I just read hunks. I forgot hunk is also hunk is not just a man that's really handsome. Hunk is a like just a heavy piece of rock or something. I was like, hunks of masonry. Masoners are really hunky. What's this? What's that about? Ultramarines cosplaying for Grey Knights. They're not cosplaying for Grey Knights. They're cosplaying for Silver Templar. They're cosplaying a Black Templars, but in grey. Waiting to ensnare for or impale for unwary. The men looked their leader. Would they stand or would they leave to go on the hunt? Somewhere about the planet lay judgment. Ascaton's lost rifle. Having sworn to retrieve it, many of the men wondered, if only for a moment, whether the mission of a weapon was the sergeant's foremost concern. Seeing that indecision, Ascaton spoke but one word that left the men in no doubt.
Cupcon just imagining the buffest chunks of rock ever. Watch as she gazes into the middle distance.
Oh gosh. Ascaton spoke but one word that left the men in no doubt that their foremost mission was here in this place. Duty. I have duty. Oh, judgment. That's his gun. That's his gun. It's called judgment. And it's a very... I wouldn't go back. That's barely a rifle. That looks more like a pistol. Dude, get a better gun. As soon as he said this, the squad began to make themselves ready for combat, spreading out into tight circles, with their backs to each other. The ground beneath their feet began to shake. I'm glad the swarm waited for him to say the word duty, and waited for him to get into position. But drawn out to the landing site were innumerable tyrannid beasts. From a distance, the land itself seemed to come alive and move as though a liquid were flowing over it. But up close, the flowing carpet turned into a horde of insectile beasts, rushing at them in close concert. Oh, more concerts! The swarm also has a flair for the dramatic, don't you know? Yeah! The strange Xenos creatures crouched low and leapt and skittered towards the squad. Each one gave the appearance of carrying a gun. But as the more seasoned of the men knew, they were part of the strange creatures' bodies, known as flesh borers to imperial biologists. These bioweapons do fire somewhat like a gun, and soon the ceramite plates of the brothers' power armor were ringing with the sound of infernal projectiles as they bounced off. Those projectiles are basically beetles. The Beatles, not the music group. The Tyranid showed, not through any choice, slowed, not through any choice, but because they were coming at the squad faster than the Space Marines could destroy them. Wave after wave washed in, building up behind their fellows as the Space Marines blasted away at them, each one falling to a single shot from our seasoned warriors. Yet for each one that fell, another one took its place, seemingly oblivious to its own eventual fate. And in this lies the great strength of the Tyranid hordes. For how can you battle against a foe so numerous that you cannot kill them without 100 years just to fire enough rounds? Flamethrowers! Only one mistake, only one weakness in their armor would be enough for such a horde to fell even mightiest of warriors, as a dam would burst when water finds a single crack. If the squad thought that things were dangerous, then they had not reckoned on a great foe. The Tyranids seem mindless, but the truth is that their mind is disturbed among the greater ones of their species. The hive mind, it is called, and the agency of the Tyranids is directed for the alien style of thought. A shadow flitted over the Space Marines, and the chittering of a horde intensified. The Tyranids were whipped into a yet greater frenzy, pushing themselves ever onwards towards the besieged battle brothers. Above, the sound of leathery rings filled the sky, and out of nowhere a huge winged tower descended from above right into the centre of the squad. There stood a Tyranid Prime, one of the thinking creatures. The squad turned inwards and fired upon it, the rounds glancing off its skin. But as they prepared to close, Sergeant Ascatarian threw himself into the fray. He drew his remaining weapon, his bolt pistol, and closed on the beast, firing relentlessly into its carbine. So wait, had he not been firing up until this point? The brothers diverted their fire, and one of them called out that the sergeant of a mighty beast jeweled amid their circle of protective fire. Mechatras, still feeling guilt of costing his sergeant a prized weapon, turned back to come to Commander's aid, but one of the brothers held him back, and Mechatras suddenly understood what this was to be Ascaton's victory, and Ascaton's alone. Hydra has to be the most interesting fleet. The cannibal fleet that would drown battlefields in gaunts and gargoyles as they have insane biomass stocks. Ooh. That's basically what all tournament players do, isn't it? For Tyranids. Showing he was a mighty warrior even without his weapon. Under his helmet, Mechatras' face contorted with shame, and he turned away from the fight, fearing that his sergeant would be harmed for want of his weapon. Behind him, Mechatras heard a terrible yell and turned. To his horror, he saw that the sergeant Ascaton had fallen. His bolt pistol had slipped from his grip and lay out of his reach. Above stood the Tyranid Prime, its wings unfurled in triumph, ready to tear into his prey. So is this Megatras the guy who's speaking? Megatron! Happy Nora, yeah! Hello. Ah, yes, my favourite bedtime story, Warhammer 40k lore. Yeah, just being randomly split by me, just changing from my reading voice into my streaming voice. Unending Swarm is meant to represent them, so yes. Cola! I'm out of cola. Need more water. My throat's still a bit raw from my cold. Let's read about his weapon Judgment anyway. Judgment is the name of Sergeant Assacaton's prized weapon, a bolt rifle. As all Silver Templars do, he crafted it with his own hands. The spirit that lives within the rifle bonded closely with Assacaton's spirit in the many battles that they fought together. Through the many hardships and glorious victories that were won, Sergeant Assacaton and Judgment became so close that they were almost the same being. This deep connection, the Silver Templar called the Bond Marshal, sorry. The bond is made from the moment of a weapon's creation, but it can only strengthen as man and machine serve together in the name of the Emperor. Advancing up. Oh, finally we learnt about the Silver. That sounds cool. I like the Silver Templars. I don't think this story was as cool as the other story about them fighting the Hive Tyrant. Although I do think as we got past some of that exposition, it got a bit better, a bit nicer. I think they could have used more of these black things for some of the exposition. But, you know, what's a good Warhammer story without random exposition? There we go. Okay, that's a bit bright on that page. 2 minutes turn. Okay, this is just more, you know, scenarios. It seems that every single book might have a scenario in. And a combat patrol is just the beginning. Look, you can get drop. I have 1 drop pod at the moment. I want more. I don't know what to even do with them. Look, 1 Librarian Terminator armor. 1 meter base bush. 1 meter base bush. Oh, we got a base bush here. This is the next book we've got. And there's a little librarian. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Because obviously I play Black Templars. I guess we could convert him into a Chaos Space Marine, but he is a Primaris Librarian. We've already converted 1 into a Chaplain. I guess we could convert this one into an Ancient. I think for only 3 types of... I think there's only 4 things you can get in Terminator armor. Well, 3 of them. You can have a Captain in Terminator
Put drop
armor.
pods in your drop pods so you can drop pods while you drop pod.
Oh my gosh, that felt like you had a hard time saying that, Cupcake. I mean, a drop pod could work like that. So you got 1 drop pod coming down, and then as it's getting closer, it drops. Another drop pod falls from it. Like, it stops, uses its jets to change and stop above the ground, and that drop pod comes down, and then this one goes back up to space. If this one falls down without having the same speed, and then this one can eventually take itself back up. So, like, with first staging. Okay, we do have the... Oh. I've been meaning to put this brush away that we got in one of the previous things for this starter brush. But I keep end up just letting it get ruined a little bit. It keeps getting trapped under something on my desk with one of the files. I'm like, oh, that's not good for it. But the 10th book is here. And we've got a Librarian Terminator armor. Oh yeah, I think there's Librarians in Terminator armors, Captains in Terminator armors, Chaplains and Ancients. So I don't know what to build it as. I've already got a Chaplain. I've already got a Captain. I actually got 2 Captains, but one of them is a Relic Marine. A Firstborn. Oh, and then 12 and 13 has a Terminator Squadron. So next time we get Combat Patrol, we can build those 5 Terminators I showed you off before. These ones with the 5 new Terminators. Yeah. And we're going to use a Chaplain that we built earlier. But here's the thing. Again, it's just the 5 and clips together thing. Don't know what to build him as. Because I can't have Psychers in a Black Templar army. I mean, technically I can. I just can't have the Black Templar detachment rule for them. Which, okay, to be fair, most of my Black Templar don't use that detachment rule anyway. What's this base bush though? Ooh, it looks nice. It feels a lot better than the starter bush. Ooh, medium. Oh, for M stands for medium. Okay, so it's 1 medium base bush. Ooh, this is a lot better than the starter bush we have. This feels very poor. by comparison. But flashbanged again, how to build a Terminator, how to paint for Terminator. For Eklasari. Ooh, now this is something we Black Templar want to know about. Hi, new sub. Hello, Yoko Starlight Demi 220. How you doing? And thank you for being a sub. Thank you for subscribing and joining the mix and becoming a cupcake. Yeah. But have you seen there's a little cupcake version of you down there right now? Where are you? Where are you? We're gonna try to find you. There you are. Hey, hey, hey. Got you. I got you. You're falling. I captured you. I'm dropping you. There you go. Thank you. Oh, so what's this? In the madness of a 41st millennium, the blind sealer's faith is a vital force for holding humanity together. Untold billions believe the Emperor and his power is the only thing that keeps them from utter despair, instead filling them with righteous hatred. By the way, I'm actually reading it off the screen. I'm not looking down at it. If I'm like this, I'm looking down. So that's sometimes when my finger's not in the correct place because I'm just kind of guessing where it has to go. Oh, we love the church. Oh, the Egerson worships violence. It worships violence, death, and righteous. Okay, death and righteous sacrifice makes it worship. That does not sound like the chaos. That sounds more like chaos. While the Imperium relies on military might and brutal repression to keep its population in line, it is the faith that Emperor truly drives the majority of Imperial citizens. Warriors charge into battle screaming his name, while workers on countless worlds break up their seemingly endless shift with prayers to the God Emperor indeed. The divine power of the Emperor can even manifest itself in miracles that protect the faithful and imbue their weapons of mysterious powers. All mortal life is folly that does not feed the spirit. Devastators! Oh, we still have Devastators. Oh, Hell Blasters. Not Hell Blasters. What are they called, Hell Blasters? I don't know. Wait, Plasma Guns. Oh, there's a Sniper, guys. We have Sniper duels like that. I want to get a these eventually. I've got one of them. I need to build it. We've built one of them. And I've built 5 of them. Desolation Squads. Desolation. Few warriors as well suited to the Devastator doctrine as the Desolation Marine. Using deadly multi-launchers, these troops can turn vehicles and infantry alike into dust in a matter of moments. A lot of people don't like these guys, but I don't know. I absolutely adore them. I love these dudes. I think they're so cool looking. I love the models. Oh, here we go. This is more about the church. Shrines of Faith. Shrines of Imperial Cult can be found everywhere in the Imperium. The gun is comically large. It's a missile launcher. That's a missile launcher. That flame there is missiles, you know, flying off. And that fires mini missiles. And that's a chain that feeds more missiles into the missile minigun. The missile, I say it's a missile launcher. It's actually 2 missile launchers. It's got a missile barrel for another missile barrel. And it's got a chain Gatling missile barrel underneath it. I mean, it might be comically over top, but I mean, that's what Warhammer's about. Especially Space Marines. Do you want to see the models I've got of it? I've got 5 of them.
Yuko_starlight_demi_canlay2 joined the mix.
Thank you for joining. The profile pic is you as an anime character. Oh, that's nice. I used to have profile pics like that. Move. Yeah, so these guys are heavy weapon squads. Yeah, these guys do heavy weapon squad stuff. So this is a sergeant. Mine's obviously wearing Templar stuff and has a Templar class. he's got his little minigun here. Underneath this gun that fires big missile. This is a different type of rocket launcher. It fires bigger missiles. Your profile. Oh yeah, your profile is also you as a rat girl. Made by Mariana. Yeah, I mean, it's not too big. When you actually see it on the models, consider it's meant to be a heavy weapons squad. It's really not oversized. If anything, it's maybe a bit small for them. Considering that it's meant to be like devastating rocket launcher artillery. Yeah, these guys are basically rocket launcher artillery for mobile Katyushas. Or whirlwinds. Yeah, this one's closed at the moment. If you look at this one's open. You can see it's got little flaps on the front for open and closing the missile so they don't fall out, and this one's closed it at the moment. As it's not focused, it's looking in a different direction. I can see we got the icon. Oh, and he's also holding a little skull. Yeah, in fact, they got little purity seals on them. Yeah. I want the Halo launchers. They look cool. And be multi-barreled like these. Yeah. Oh, and he's also got a little cape. Because he's a sergeant. And if you compare them to heavy bolters, they're not really all that big. See, look, there's a heavy bolter 2 here. That's like another heavy gun. It's like a heavy machine gun. This is a stern guard heavy bolter. Yeah. Stern guard, Black Templar, heavy bolter. Next to this dude. The guns are similar size. Replace last cannons with Spartan lasers. You're just saying replace last cannons with last cannons, or replace missile launchers with missile launchers. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, so much to clean up after the stream. Okay, but anyway, let's look at the Shrines of Faith. The Shrines of Faith. Shrines of Imperial Cult can be found everywhere in the Imperium. These depict the Emperor, Space Marines, or other figures of worship such as Celestine, the Living Saint. Even when all hope seems lost, the Imperium's defenders... Oh, there's Celestine, the Living Saint. The Sisters of Battle person. Even when all hope seems lost, the Imperium's defenders will fight incredibly hard beneath the shadow of these shrines, for they are stark reminder of the grim teaching of the ecclesiarchy and the glories of battle. I'm probably butchering it when I say ecclesiarchy. The Sisters of Battle defend the remnants of a ruined Imperial shrine. That does not look too ruined, if I'm entirely honest. That looks pretty well in order considering 40k. Recruit Imperialis. Why are the priests always shown as excessively overweight and sometimes multi-limbed? The Imperial cult spread and maintained by a vast network of preachers and missionaries. Some fight alongside the Astra Militarum, keeping up the seal of their fellow warriors. Others travel far afield, integrating the traditions of the newly conquered or rediscovered worlds into the cult Imperialis. Ensuring any local deities are seen as aspects of the Emperor and stamping out any potential heresy before it can take root. It does sound like Halo. Anthony is right. With missile launcher organ. Reminds me of what's this? Wait. Reminds me of a Spider-Man movie, though. Wait, reminds you of a Spider-Man movie? This doesn't know how to bring heavy. Oh yeah, there's a missile launcher organ gun in the back. Yeah, each of those organ. That's an organ on the back of a tank, and each of the organ pipes basically has a cruise missile inside it. Devastator Doctrine is all about heavy weapons fire. The combat doctrine are three pillars upon which the Space Marine strategy rests. While every commander varies their use of the doctrine, all use them in some form or another, often opening with Devastator Doctrine. The Space Marines are well known for changing their strategy to adapt to the flow of battle. These shifts in tactics are known as doctrines. The Devastator Doctrine is straightforward, effective, and terrifying for Space Marines' enemies to behold. When using the Devastator Doctrine, a Space Marine force will attempt to break their foes at long range with devastating fusillades of fire. Line troops unleash punishing volleys from their bolters, while the great tanks, dreadnoughts, and heavy infantry bring their most destructive firepower to bear. Often a Space Marine force will open with a Devastator Doctrine, leaving the foe reeling and ready for a brutal follow-up assault. However, canny commanders also use this doctrine to break battlefield deadlocks or pummel fleeing foes. Oh, the Spider-Man movie had robots in the movie that looked like that. Oh. I've not seen some of the Spider-Man films. Oh, I love the Brutalis. This is one of the first models we painted on stream. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to turn off the light so we can read this. Mortal wounded Space Marines are entombed in a dreadnought. Huge walking tanks of Basilis is armed in a variety of deadly ranged weapons. Storm Talon gunships. Yeah, I've got a Storm Talon. I need to build it. Actually, I don't want to use a Storm Talon. I want to use the Inceptor, which is designed to fight other flyers. And Repulsor. We got on a Repulsor. We've not painted it yet. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Where's mine? Here's my Basilis Dreadnought. Who do you think did it better? Who do you think did it better? Them with this thing or me with this thing? I think it's actually unfair to compare them even. Obviously mine is just too good. Actually, I'm allowed to use painting methods that they're not allowed to use in Games Workshop for their heavy metal stuff, as they call it. They're painted by the heavy metal team. And I've mentioned it before, but the way that these things are painted are designed to be, what's it called? So the model is as detailed as possible, as in like you can see all the detail that the model has to offer without trying, without much effort. But that means that they can't do a lot of dirt, they can't do a lot of more realistic paint styles, they can't do more characterized paint styles either. They have to do something that, you know, is fitting of a model, that's easy to see it. And even when it's smaller pictures like this, you can really discern what's going on easily. Whereas, like this model, as soon as you start making smaller pictures of it, it's very hard to actually see what's going on because it's all just too black. It's all too much close to the same shade as one another. Because the blue doesn't really pop out as blue that well. Because of this, it's all damaged and dirty. It's interesting. But yeah, I was pretty happy with how this came out though. Look, its little limbs move. And does this actually still come off? Yeah, it does. You can see underneath where all the wires are. And this moves. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It just looks very heavily damaged, like mine has been through a battlefield though. It's just covered in dirt and grime and scrapes. Oh gosh. Like, look at that. It looks like it's been through like a hurricane or something. Of the worst car wash ever made because they replaced all the brushes, you know, those steel brushes and sponges. Just stripping the paint of it. Okay, let's turn this light back off. Doing good. Love art and baking IRL, but can't record things because I don't have a phone. Oh. I'm not a big fan. Actually, I do like baking to some extent, but it can be a bit difficult. Move my dreadnought away. There we go. Does indeed look like it's been through the wars. Also, thank you, Douglas, by the way. Everyone gangster into the coffin starts walking and shooting. Possibly even 10,000. I don't think this has been through 10,000 years of wars. This is a Primaris machine. It's only been around for like a few hundred years at most. So B-Day is in 2 months. You'll be 21. Ooh, nice. Happy early birthday, Ben. Need some known. My machine has loads of known oil on it. Data sheets, weapons. So this is telling you about the different types of. Oh, rapid fire is here. So weapons that have rapid fire X as a rule can fire at whatever is denoted by what the X is in their special rules if they're firing at half range. Yeah. Mind over matter. That's another scenario. Space Marine turns. Yeah, this is just another scenario, another battle. And let's look. So next time we're getting Corvex White. We're not going to get more stuff about the Silver Templars. I was looking forward to that. We're getting Ned Belchers, Corvex White. Both of those are base colours again. I think all of the colours we've got so far is base colours. Let me check. That's one of my new ones. I bought myself. And Night Lords. I bought myself. Okay, I've got all of the paints so far that we have been gotten. I've been keeping them separately. This one's a base colour. This one's a base colour. This one's a base colour. These two are both base colours. I'm about to get 2 more base colours. I wonder if we're going to get any inks and oils. But yeah, so that's the book. I'm looking forward to the Terminators though. Like I can't wait to build 10 Terminators together. 8 the coffins not swappable in some models. I do believe that the old Terminators could get upgraded into the new Primaris Terminators. But the Primaris Terminators aren't... I don't know. Not Terminators, Dreadnoughts. I believe you could upgrade the old ones into new Dreadnoughts. But these Dreadnoughts, they go through their... The new Primaris, this Dreadnought itself is only going to be a few hundred years old at most. And the person inside it can't be too old because these types of Dreadnoughts aren't... Most of the Dreadnoughts, except the classic one. The classic one we all know, which is the previous box Dreadnoughts before this one, the smaller one. Those ones kept their occupants alive pretty much indefinitely. These ones, though, as well as old models, except maybe for Contemptor, didn't keep them alive that well. In fact, they burnt through their host, effectively almost using them like a battery. I say host, burnt through their occupant. Okay, now one thing we could do right now is we got time. We could start building some models together. So potentially, if flesh bits and the inside could have seen 10,000 words. Potentially. Potentially, but it's a Black Templar. And it is my own city chapter founding. My background lore for this dude. Did you actually write his name? Here we go. Here he is. It's called Herman. This dude is called Herman for Sherman. Or Hyman. Either way. This dude was actually friends with with Marshal Aldrich. And both of them became Primaris together. And they didn't pass the Rubicon. They were new Primaris Marines. They were in the same squad. And this guy got seriously injured and eventually became a... Oh, after the Aldrich had become the equivalent to the captain. I can't remember. Castellan, I think it is, for Black Templars. Not captain, lieutenant. A castellan. Under, oh wait, that light there is painted terribly. Ugh. I need to fix that. But whatever. He became gravely injured and had to be put into a dreadnought. The German dreadnought doesn't quite work. I think you guys voted for the name, so whatever's wrong with the name, it was you guys at fault, and some of you might have not been here for it, but that doesn't really matter. That's neither here nor there. Here's your hourly reminder that you're amazing and you need to take it easy on yourself. Hugs! Yeah! You guys are amazing! Get a big hug! Hugs! Lift up. I'm going... my chair's attacking me! Ah! I'm back. My chair broke me. The chair broke my arm. It's fine. I had no part, in fact. I'm blameless. I blamed the rat. Never. No, I'm just moving. I'm kneeling down now. I'm moving. I'm getting some exercise. Because otherwise, what happens is I become a kind of... I find that when I've been sat down for a while, sometimes my body really doesn't like it. So I'm having to learn to move. And also, it gets me endorphins going. I've got my weight here. I'm like, wah, 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 wah. I'm doing exercise. I've ever make some termagants. Yeah. I'll be on my knees when making these termagants. Okay, so let me find my clippers. Got some precision clippers here. Clip, 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 clip. I got some glue. I got the basis. I got the modelly bits. So 34, 35, 36, 33. Okay. We'll make some termagants. Some termagants. You know, eventually I'm going to get 10 more termagants of these combat patrols, right? And you know what's going to happen with them? We're going to be dead. We're going to be silly. Oh. I'm going to have 60 termagants, all just with flesh borers. Because I got 2 sets of Leviathan and I'm going to get another set of them through combat patrol. That's going to just be 60 termagants. None of which have special weapons. I guess I could spread some barbagants across them. Other special weapons. There we go. Oh, it's just a bit sad, in a way. Okay, this goes here. Those two go together. Guys, I'm going to need to start you guys giving me ideas for what to do with the Terminator librarian. Because as Black Tech, I'm not allowed a librarian. We're not allowed Psychus. We have to do something with him. I wonder, do I have in my old book? My phone, my data sheets. So my old phone here, let me check my data sheets. I might have something about... I'm glad I can still use touchscreens with these gloves. Night Lords, primary battle line, heavy battle line. I might have another Terminator here. I forgot about. Okay, no, they don't have any Terminators in the heavy battle line, that's all Graphis. Relic battle line has A Captain Terminator armor, but I already built him because he's a firstborn Marine. It's on the Horus Heresy set. Then over here, there's no Terminators because that's the plasma. Mobile Battle Group doesn't. Siege Force has a Chaplain Terminator armor, but we've already built him. And he also has 10 Terminators to deep strike with. Yeah, I don't have any other Terminators. Rapid Response Force, Ancient and Terminator armor, Captain and Terminator armor. There's no Lieutenants in Terminator armor anymore. Stealth Wing doesn't have Terminator Sim and Armored Response Force. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. Maybe he can just be a model to do a Die of Armor thing with. Like, we can use him as a... I don't know. Like, maybe, like, something that the guys have killed. Okay. These two go together along with that. So, what's this number? 37. 38. You have to find 39 in here. Those go together. These go together. I'm guessing that must be in that spoo. Okay, weird. You know my idea. Did this just Psychophage Snake? Oh yeah, Psychophage. We could do that one. I know mostly my Tyranids are just there to give my Black Templar an enemy to fight. I'm not sure if even a Psychophage could beat a Terminator though, based on rules. Like, I'm pretty certain Psychophages aren't strong enough to take on a Terminator. Librarian. I guess we could create a secondary Marine force. We could make our own little Silver Templar army, couldn't we? Oh, that'd be cool. They're meant to eat psychic entities to power their smog. They are meant to eat psychic entities. I don't think they're really prepared. But by the game's rules, they don't seem powerful enough to take on Librarian. At least not Terminator Librarians. Like, Terminator Librarians are pretty powerful. I'm pretty sure when the Index came out, they got a rule for it. They got a rule for it. Oh yeah, they do have a rule for it. They have they have anti-psycho 4+ and devastating wounds, but they don't have many attacks, so they don't hit that easily. And a Terminator Librarian is honestly pretty strong. I am a god of a machine. Let me trim this. Hello, Mercury. It's going wellish. I just accidentally sliced more of that tail off than I intended to, but it's fine. remember if the psychophage has an extra rule for when it successfully kills a psychic entity. Let me check its rules. What music have you been listening to? Tyranids, High Fleet Cupcon. Oh yeah, my High Fleet's called High Fleet Cupcon, by the way. Psychophage, 3 of them. 5 plus feel no plane, biostimulus aura, feeding frenzy. That's it, it's called feeding frenzy. Each time this model makes a melee attack that targets a unit if it's below starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. Is that it? Add 1 to the hit roll. If it's below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll. So it's attacking a psychic librarian and it's attacking first. Let's say it charged in. It gets d6 plus 1 attacks. That's an average 4.5 attack. It will get hits and frees. So that's on average 3 hits. Yeah. And then it will wound and force. That's an average 1.5 wounds, which it doesn't get armor saves from. It's damage 2. Yeah, I don't think that's actually enough to kill a psyker. Wait, about music, I just came back from listening to Your Woman, You Love, and Rock You to Hell. Oh, those are cool songs. Librarian. Oh gosh, I can't get a librarian here, obviously. Let me build. Lush. No. List. Create list. Where's librarian? Create. Okay, let's go. Okay, now I can look at this. I don't want them. Character. Librarian Terminator armor. Here we go. Librarian Terminator armor. How tough is a Librarian Terminator armor? Okay, it has 5 wounds. So on average, it would have done 3 wounds on its attack. 4.5 attacks on average. 3 will hit because it hits on a 3 plus. Wounds on a 4 plus, so 1.5 will wound. And but it doesn't get any saves because it's got devastating wounds. The Librarian has 5 wounds though. It does 2 damage. So it's still got 2 wounds on average after the attack. It then gets, let's look, melee weapons, 4 attacks back. Let me check this. This model is leading a weapon. Oh gosh, it has sustained hit. Oh, and it has feel no pain 4 plus. So against its 3 wounds, it would have saved 1.5. So in actuality, it will have 3.5 wounds left on average from being attacked by Psychophage. Oh, and that's against psychic attacks, that doesn't count. Okay, no, so he loses 3 wounds. Never mind, I misread. But he has sustained attacks, so he gets 4 attacks. On average, 3 sustained hits plus half. Yeah, on average, 3 will hit. Then strength 6. What's that? 5's to wound. Yeah, 5's to wound. So that's 1 wound. Minus 1 AP. 3 plus armor save. 4 plus. D3 wounds. That's 2. So on average it deals 1. Okay, so on average it would actually beat a Psyker in close combat. As a Marine. It would take a few turns of fighting between the 2 of them, but it would eventually overwhelm it. That's good to know. Who knew? That being said, it still has to survive a psychic onslaught that the librarian will throw at it. Psychics used to be way more powerful than they are now, though. That being said, they're also way more temperamental. They're like wizards in fantasy. Always miscasting and blowing themselves up, but every so often they'd get a spell off that would just win you the game. Remington oh my god! I got so many guns, they're gonna shoot at you. They're gonna hit you on force. They're gonna wound you on force. I love killing things. I mean, take into account its buffs come in for below strength. If it fires at them first, it can swing in with melee 2+. It depends. If it's firing at a Terminator squad with a Librarian Terminator in it, it probably wouldn't be. Because I don't think you're getting rid of a bunch of Terminators that easily. Because its attack isn't, its ranged attack isn't that strong. And devastating wounds only happen on critical hits, which have to be natural, so the +1 doesn't count. Or the +1 to wounds. And I think about it, it looks like I love 70s, 80s and 90s music more. It's just at that time when internet was not available, I listened to what was playing on the radio. Oh, I sometimes do miss that, because sometimes I want to listen to like new songs. But YouTube auto playlists and stuff just doesn't want to show me new stuff. It only wants to show me stuff I've listened to or before. I'm like, no, I just want to... Just show me stuff I've not listened to before. Okay, 39 and 40. Is that what we want? 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, yeah, this is what we wanted. That being said, my parents always listen to the radio. That being said, they only listen to Radio Gold and stuff, which is just oldies music. Oh, some of the oldies music now is stuff that I heard when I was really young, and it was new at the time. Like Britney Spears and oldies music? What? I'm grateful now that I have more exposure. I actually say that I don't even know what music Britney Spears actually made. Was she Hit Me Baby One More Time? Hit me baby one more time. Yeah. I'm grateful now that I have more exposure to 70s, 80s and 90s. I don't even know if that was new. I've never been sure what was new. I've been listening to music. I'm like, have you heard this new song? It's like, that's not new. That's from the 80s. I'm like, oh. Like, have you listened to this new song? It's like, that's not new. That's Florence the Machine. Like, have you seen this great music? It's like, you do realize that that guy got like put away 3 years ago before, you know, weird stuff. Like, he's in prison right now. It's like, oh, well, I feel bad for listening to this music after the fact. Yeah, I've never been good at keeping up with modern music. My friends were talking earlier about, oh my gosh, have you heard this great music? I'm like, who? I've never heard of this person. What do you mean the internet's talking about them? Not the corners of the internet I'm on. Oh my gosh. Like, what do you mean Coldplay's still making music? Britney Spears is toxic because it reminds... Your favourite is Britney Spears toxic because it reminds you of crime thriller songs like Keep the Gun, James Bond. Oh. Na 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 na. Ba, 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 da. All music I tend to listen to is late 90s plus. I don't think about it. That is 30 years ago too much. Yeah, music I listen to is just all over the place. I listen to a lot of anime music though as well, and a lot of oh, what do they call it? Opera, not opera. Instrumental music, you know, things like epic music, or just sometimes just sad music. Oops, back to that. I like to meditate to it. 16. No, okay, that's not 16. That's 19, 17, 20, 18. Okay, that's good. For me, I like just fusion. Oh, just fusion. Yeah, most of my music taste came from video games. Lots of metal, rock, electronic thrown in. Ooh, I like Sabaton, but sometimes the music can get very samey. Some of my favourite, I do remember XGRA had some really fun music I liked in it. Oh, Evanescence is great. I like Evanescence. I just like music from all over the place. Sometimes I bring up a band or musician, and the thing is, I don't like a lot of their music. Like Coldplay, I love a bunch of their music, but I really dislike a lot of it too. And there's certain styles of music I really like, but at the same time, there's lots of music within that style that I'm just like, you know, not really a fan of. I mean, this actually, if I look at most of my music right now, it's just filled with VTuber covers of songs. What called Rollins? Is she called what called Rollins? What's it called? Let me look. If I just bring up YouTube and click into music, it will actually tell me almost immediately every single one. Girl DM is one of the ones that constantly comes up. Oh yeah, Mariana, obviously I listen to her cover song because she's amazing. Oh yeah, Fix Tricks by oh, what's she called? It's not actually telling me. What's she called? I forgot her name. Mosumi. Yeah, Mosumi Peachy. Oh, I love that smooth, that song. Fix Tree. Fix Tree, the Roman Legion song. Oh yes. Latin and Japanese randomly in a song. Lag Train. Oh, I love also Dear You, the Higurashi song. That's a great song. I sometimes put that on just to make myself feel happy. Although it's a sad song and people are like, oh my gosh, it's so sad, I'm crying. And I'm like, I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh, I love sad music. I do know ones that are generally typically meant to be sad things. That reminds me, I heard today of a goblin. What was he named? Fart Buckle. The Goblin Fart Buckle. Oh my gosh, if you've not heard or seen the thing about the goblin named Fart Buckle, it's so sad. I cried. I was just crying this morning. I was like, oh no. Oh no. I would say I will listen to most anything. My scale of liking music is save for later. We'll listen to it again. Won't go my way to find it. We'll skip. I don't like it, you know, because yeah, I want to let it keep playing. Oh, there's certain music that I really don't like, but not too much. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, Juno Nagi. And oh yeah, I also love What's the Face, Miri's music. Oh no, I just got a lot of VTuber covers. It's because obviously I have to support my VTuber Oshis and friends, and that just means I get filled with recommendations and more VTuber covers of stuff. It's like, we heard you like VTubers. Listen, some VTuber covers are amazing, some of them are less so. My cover I'm eventually going to release is definitely in the less so category. Many songs which I never enjoy, I won't mention at all. Or I struggle remembering any music off the top of my head. It also makes it very hard for me to find it again if I do want to listen to it. Oh, one of my favourite songs. It's was in Scrubs. That's how I discovered it. And I would play it, but obviously that'd just get me demonetized instantly. Oh gosh. What's it called? It's actually on my other account. I'm gonna have to bring it up on my other account now. Oh, I got a message from Keith. Go with me for my animation. Oh, nice. Okay. See, this is the issue. I can't remember songs. Music. Oh, Live Fiction is great. I love Live Fiction. Oh, and One OK Rock is also... And Mumford and Sons. I love Mumford and Sons. Okay, fair it is. Say Anything, Alive with the Glory of Love. I love Say Anything, Alive with the Glory of Love. It's a great song. Say Anything, Alive with the Glory of Love. Say Anything is the album. Oh my gosh, my caps lock is messed up. Oops. Say Anything. Love. There we go. That's one of my favourite songs. Of the album it's in. Oh, yes. Also, there's a song called Kill the Alarm, which was in some sort of Rhythm Racer game that I really liked. As in, I really liked the song. Rhythm Racer was okay. I amazingly only played it because it had some really good indie music in it. I otherwise would have never heard of. Kill the Alarm. It's great. I bought their album. Also, I like LaRue. Bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. Dum ba-dum 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 ba-da-da-da-da-do. There's some college rock songs I really enjoyed. This one is also pop punk college rock. Yeah, I like that type of music. Actually, I don't like all sorts of music, but I do definitely like the pop punk music and rock punk. Basically, punk music. It's great. What's not to enjoy? There's also that one that was in Teen Titans Go and they made an entire episode revolving around it. It's very 80s inspired music thing. What was it called? Oh gosh. I was so silly. I'm Googling. I'm Googling again. Teen Titans Go song 80s. The night begins to shine. That's it. You get What You Give by New Radicals, Leech by Eve 6 and Teenage Dirtbag. You can enjoy Power. Oh, I think I've heard of Powerwolf. I do like Teenage Dirtbag as well. That is a great song. Oh yeah. The night begins to shine. Okay, I do love this partly because the episode for it and the art style was amazing. Like, if you don't like Teen Titans Go, fair, but this episode was great and the art style direction was amazing. And the song is really fun. Oh gosh. There we go. Aha, another Jeep Termagant. Oh my gosh, I'll be glad that when we get onto the other models, the other things that aren't just Marines and Tyranids that we've been building this entire time before we even got Combat Patrol. How sounds like Wasted Years by Iron Maiden. Oh. I'm gonna put this. I like how swarms have gradually decreased in size until there's like only 4 of them per swarm now. Of these Ripper swarms. You listen to Thunder Priest by Powerwolf. It sounds like Iron Maiden. Oh. Interesting. Okay, what's this? 2, 3, is that 1? 1, yes. And 4. Woo! Oh gosh, my hands are being very shaky right now. Stop being shaky, stop being shaky. Can't control my hands at all right now. Oh gosh, that's one of the reasons. Oh, there we go. Personal favourite songs are when heavy metal bands do slower, softer songs. Really shows off a range of frontmen. Disturbed having the best Sound of Silence cover. Oh, I love Sound of Silence. Oh, I have learned to listen to the Disturbed version, but I will have to say I still love the original much more than it. Sound of Silence. What's it called? One thing I dislike sometimes is but one genre I probably don't like too much is a lot of screamy music. So not just screamo, but pretty much anything where they're making that sort of noise, and I find it kind of off-putting, and often it's accompanied by some really, really good instrumentals or otherwise great vocals. Similarly, I find rap does that a lot, where you get great vocals from like one person and some really good instrumentals, and then suddenly you got this random rap over top of it, and it's like, oh, wait, that didn't fit for you for starts off. This song sounded so good at the beginning, and now I've got weird rap over it. Like, I do like some rap, but this isn't it. I thought for like 2 different songs, it's like, it's promised one song, I'm going to give you a different one. It's just a very weird mismatch. Sometimes find the same with, you know, screamy music. It's like, ugh. Ugh. That being said, there are some screamy songs where I have been like, you know what? I don't mind this. This is really fun. It goes well with everything. It all really fits together perfectly. Personally, favourite songs are when I have... Yeah, okay. At the end of the day, my favourite songs sometimes can be slow or fast tempo. It doesn't matter. What matters, it must be groovy. It must be groovy. Mine depends on my mood. Sometimes in a happy mood, I want, you know, fast, fun songs. Other times I'm like, you know, I just want a song to relax to, you know. I just want a soft, mellow thing that's going to help me just forget my... Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. I said, don't worry about a thing. Those every little thing. I need more music like that. Do music that makes me feel happy. That's all it is. The lyrics, the tune. It's just like, oh, you're worrying, you're getting stressed in your mind. No need to, friend. No need to. Is that the song by Bud? Probably. Oh no, I can't remember songs very well. I don't really understand heavy stuff where I feel I need subtitles to understand what they're saying. I don't mind needing subtitles because I don't really care about understanding what they're saying 99% of the time. Like sometimes when I find out what a song's actually, what the lyrics mean, I'm like, oh, you know, I kind of preferred it when I didn't know what the lyrics were saying and I wasn't paying that much attention. Midnight Madonna is one of my favorites on Powerwolf. Ooh. Midnight. I don't know that one. Oh, I know. Florence. What's another one? Oh, there's Florence of the Machine, but then there's somebody else. Florence of the Machine is one I like to listen to sometimes when I just want good music. Ah, then you got what's she called? Oh, she made the song Blue Jeans. I sometimes like her music. I also like Kesha. Kesha was one of my favorite musicians when I was growing up. I love just listening to Kesha. And Pink. Pink was a great musical artist when I was growing up. Lawrence the Machine is great. I think Mumford and Sons though is one of the ones I've been listening to more often recently. Oh no, I just ended up. It's one of the songs that not that none of the songs. One of the bands. Because their song "Little Lion Man" is one of my favorite songs to write to, and they have a few songs like that. Have the same sort of feeling and whatever. Not your fault, but mine. I can't remember anything of the lyrics other than that one lyric because I don't really care about the lyrics. I just care about the tune. I haven't heard a Kesha song in ages. That's because of something to do with Kesha's producers and stuff and something about she went to court or whatever and there's a big legal battle so she can't actually make any new music and trying to get the rights to play for music and so on is really hard because of the legal battles going on. And it's all really sad. I only looked into it a little bit. I was like, you know what? I don't need to know all of this. Oh, but sometimes you see bad stuff and then I'm just like, you know what? I don't need to know. I'm just going to focus on happier stuff. The lyrics are pointless. Even if the lyrics mean something, it means nothing if a song had boring, repetitive. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes the lyrics add to stuff or whatever. Cranberries, zombies, or whatever. They have deep meaning. But often, when I listen to a song, I want to listen to a song because it gives me feelings of joy from the emotion of a song. Or it gives me just, it's something I want to listen to. The tempo, the feel of the music, all of that cool, good stuff. I don't always want to just listen to the other things. And sometimes it ruins it because you think a song means one thing, but then when you really listen to the music, and decipher it properly, you realise, oh, it means something completely else. And it loses lots of meaning and feeling for you. A lot of Green Day music does that for me. Because they do story songs. So each song in an album tells a different part of a story of Saint Jimmy. Or whatever. Lyrics complement the song or music, but making lyrics the main focus only takes away from the enjoyment. Yeah. I personally just like to think that the vocalist isn't like another instrument in the song. In the piece of music. That being said, some of my favourite music is just where the lyrics, but there's literally no lyrics at all. It's just a person going, da, 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 just making noises, really. Just saying stuff that's not really any words. They're not real words they're saying, they're just made up stuff. So, but since they're like orchestral, that's the word, orchestral music. I like orchestral music. How did I forget that word? But here we are, we just built 10 rippers. Rippers! Nom, 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 nom. We're gonna eat everything. We're gonna eat them all, yeah. And last gonna stomp. No, Mr. Dreadnought, don't kill us. Shoot, 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 shoot. Flip kick. Stop. Oh, I just broke it. Oops. And some of my favourite songs don't have any lyrics, like For Hustle, Summer Nights, The Word. The Word too. What's that one by the Italian artist where it's meant to sound like an American musician singing in English, but it's just nonsense. I'm blue, dabba doo da. That's not the song, but I just really remembered that one. Like half the lyrics are just dabba dee dabba da. I broke my Dreadnought. I apologise. I apologise, Mr. Dreadnought. I shouldn't have been playing with you. You're not a toy. You're not a toy. You're a model. You're a model citizen and I broke your purity seal. Oh no. Is that Eiffel 65? Yeah. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die. If I were green, I would stab you right in the eye. 'Cause that's what green people do. It's what they do, especially if the snake people from Slytherin. Slytherin? Slytherin? Slytherin. I fixed it. I fixed this purity seal. I do like I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die. It is a good song, you're correct. What? Throw these in the box. There we go. The phone in the box. Oh gosh. But we beat the Tyranids. I say we beat the Tyranids. We made the Tyranids. Maybe this guy will become food for a psychophage. Maybe not. I don't know. That's a cool axe. That feels like it'd be on good on a space wolf. I don't want a space wolf though, so. I don't like how that tiny stormboat to here has the same stats as any bigger stormboat to. Maybe I can give this away to somebody. Does anyone want a Space Marine Librarian Terminator? I'll give it away to someone. Post it. And then it'll get smashed up into post. There we go. Ooh. There we go. What am I doing? What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Thanks anyway. I can't share every song I enjoy because it takes up a lot of time. It's true. Same for me, really. I just can't remember most of them off the top of my head. There's a lot of songs I enjoy, but I forget they exist. I do like this model. This model's cool. I like how it made it. I think it's got enough character of its own. As long as we don't make it do flipping kicks. And we don't break it again. Oh gosh. Saludos. Hello, El Polito. How are you doing? Unfortunately, it's at that time now, though. We've already built some tyrannage. We showed off some stuff. We looked at some new decks. Do you want to roll? How well would these tyranids? Do you think these tyranids could hurt this guy? There's 10 of them. So 10 dice. 3, 6, 8, 10. They hit on 4s. That's 4 misses. They wound on 6s. Just gonna lose some dice. They wounded once! And then it gets a 2+ save. It passed. Just. And then it fires. What is that? That's a 4 shots, isn't it? At 3s. Kills and 2s. Kills one of them. Oh my gosh. Only one. And then rocket launcher gets what? D6 shots plus 1 for 2. So that's another 3. And then it hits on 3s. And it wounds on 3s. And I think throws straight up kills. So that's another. Wait, no, they're not. 6+ saves. Because it's -1, isn't it? Yeah, so that's another 4 dead. And then these 5 will get 5 more shots against it. But like, no, we'll take you out. Watch it roll off the floor. I won't. They get 1 hit. How did you miss at this range against such a big thing? And they rolled a 1. Never mind, it doesn't wound. 4 shots on the last cannon. 1 hits. How did you miss? You got no excuse to terminate your dreadnought. 2 plus 1 plus. No, that's it, isn't it? 3s, 3s, 6s, another 1 dead. If they get 3 shots left, they all miss. How are you missing at such close range? Squeak, the termagants go squeak. They go splish, splash, splash. Bye bye, you listen to Cummercraft and Foo Fat. I love Fire and Flames. That's the song I was. I can't actually do it. It's the song. It's where it's really, really, really fast. Okay, he gets 4 shots. Hits some feet. Oh my gosh. Wounds and kills and 2s. 2 more down. And then it gets its rocket. Going 3, 4, 5, 6. Wounds of 3s. 2 wounds. 2 6s. No. Okay, never mind. The termagants didn't stand a chance. They didn't even wound it. It's fine. See what I mean? These dice do not want to go away properly sometimes. There we go. Where did I put the lid? It's over here. If you suddenly brought out for Fireflies perfectly, I would have promised you a percentage of my paycheck this month. I can't even remember off the top of my head. It goes, I don't get demonetized. I can't do that. No. I can't remember, no. I can't do the Fireful Flames. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know the song, though. I just know it's the one where people are like, oh my gosh, play this fast, Nightcore style. Like, I can't know. I definitely can't remember it. I can't even remember the song lyrics of it. It's one of the lyrics for Fire and Flame. Exactly, yeah, you'd be out of pocket either way, just as planned. Oh no, give me money. Give me your money. No, don't give me your money. It's mean. I don't want to give you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can finally remove this thing and get my blue tack back. By the way, it's this thing, the one where I wrote Talan is stinky and Francis is stinky. You can't tell because light's reflecting off it. Talan is stinky. Francis is stinky. Okay, I'm flash banging people. We need to see. There you go, see. 2. Give me money. Yeah, Talan's out of money. He puts himself in massive debt just by getting a membership today. Which, I thank you, Talan. But at the same time, you don't have to. I can't see it. I'm still blind. No! You're not allowed to be blind. Okay. Oh. Oh. He opens up. He opens up. And he tells us about his family and his friends and his worries and his loss. Brother, did you know? Brother, did you know that I once dreamt of swimming the Albion Sea? But not ever again can I do such a thing, brother. For now as a dreadnought I cannot swim. Brother. That's him opening up. So mean, yeah, the meanest. And now he's going closed up again. He's not telling about his Albion Sea dreamers anymore. I mean, what about to Francis? Okay, Francis actually asked to have his name written down to be called Stinky, if I remember correctly. But you know what? You know what? I got a pen in here. Still got my pen. I'm gonna turn this light off so I can't see what I'm doing, but you guys can see. Because I'm gonna put this thing here. I'm gonna write something very mean. Talan is small. What a fancy, it is a fancy pen. I have to find excuses to write with it. Brother, sorry to wake you, but we require knowledge. Of course, my brother, what do you seek? A Wi-Fi password. Drew. Yes. Fancy. Drew is fancy. Yick. And Tony is a silly goober. Yeah. There you go, silly goober. Anthony is a silly goober. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Talan isn't smart. Talan is fun size. Yeetable. You feel fancy already. Yay. Oh, yes, Cecilia. See, I'm not mean. This is a pen of truth. It cannot write lies. It does not write lies. It writes only truths. Inevitable truths.
This is the cuttle of truth. Conjuror is stinky.
A cuttle of truth. A cuttle of truth, is it? A cuttle of truth. What's a cuttle of truth, Cupcake? You forget Cupcake can't say Cupcake unless you write it in a specific way. Like this.
Cupcake.
Yeah! You're making fun of his accent so mean. No, I'm not.
Cupcake.
See, Cupcake can say Cupcake. You just wrote it wrong, incorrectly, obviously. There we go, just give me a moment. There we go.
I am the cupcake of truth, and Cupcake Conjuror is the nicest smelling person ever.
Yeah! See? Cuptul. Cuptul. Ah, Cuptul, you're such a cutie. You're such a cutie. You walk. See, look how happy Cuptul is now. I bet she throws rocks at the blind kids at a blind kids school. I don't. I don't even know if it's a blind kids school. Don't make fun of a TTS. He shall soon be our overlord. Previous statement was, oh, she's... No, it's not. It isn't a weapon, it's cola. Okay, I've got to
The
ever
previous
speak.
statement was false. She's got a weapon.
False. Well, see, you didn't even... See, every time... See, Cuptul didn't even say that properly. He didn't say false. It was like, false. False, baba. False, baba, false, baba, false, baba. Love, ha, love, ha. Badoo, 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 badoo. Love you all, by the way. Yeah, and I think at this point, it's probably best for me to say, thank you for coming to the stream. It was nice having you all here. I love you all. Be nice to one another. Have a good rest of your day. And be nice to everyone else. And be nice to yourself especially. And, you know, eat good food, sleep well, work hard, play harder, dream of cupcakes, but don't eat them because cupcakes are friends and friends aren't food. Yeah. Love heart. To you, to you, to you. Not you, not you, just to you. Goodbye, everybody. Love you all.